Good mythical morning, gamers. We're not late. It's fashionable. It's been a while. We haven't done a qual stream in 2 seasons. How's everybody doing? Very hype. I said mythical. I don't know, dude. I saw a YouTube short yesterday about good mythical morning or something, and it was just in my mind. I was trying to think of what to say, and it just kind of happened. Not muted, Pog. That's pretty awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah. Welcome. We're very excited to be back. Like you guys all might know, we didn't stream the qualifiers in season 2. Half of that, honestly, was because I just wasn't like at my PC. And in my head, I was like, it'll be fine. No one really cares about the quals because there's so many people. And then you get to the bracket. And then everybody always kept asking me, why didn't you stream the quals? You should stream the quals again. So we're here. You're welcome. Okay, we're streaming the quals again. So if you're new, if you haven't watched season 1, you haven't watched season 2, this is the ranked playoffs season 3 qualifier, like it says in the title. What that means is we are determining seeds 9 through 16 for our 16-player bracket that will start next weekend, to determine our season 3 ranked playoff champions. So before we talk a little bit more about the format of today, we'll get into that before the first seed. Let's take a look at our bracket actually to see who the top 8 pre-qualified players already are. Nerdy, what do you think about the names you see here in our top 8? Don't have to play the qualifiers today. Can sit and watch and relax and practice until they have to throw it down next weekend. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, these are some names we'd expect to see. I feel like we've seen all these names before. Of course, we have 7 Raul, a classic ranked Lord. We've seen him do many of these. I think he's been in all of the previous 2, and so I'm excited for Raul. I think this is going to be Raul's season, I believe. Next up, we got Danny Boy, who is certainly one of the funniest people in MCSR, I think. So I'm excited. Of course, there's never a day I'm not rooting for Danny Boy. And then next up, we got Priffin, who is another person we've seen in pretty much all these. I'm excited for that as well, to see him once again in this tournament. Next up, we got the former world record holder, Dugile. Coming off that insane second place run from a little while ago, I think it is going to be, he's going to have some confidence going into this. So that's going to be exciting. And next up, we got Loki, the previous winner. So that's exciting, of course, seeing him back in the tournament. And then I think I don't know if he made top 8 last year or last season, but seeing Hacking Noises here is, of course, very exciting. I was watching Hacking Noises stream, I think, yesterday, and seeing that he had like a whole document for this tournament, and that's really exciting to see people preparing that much. Practicing what they need, their weaknesses, and really trying to iron out those. So that's really exciting to see people put the work in. So definitely excited to see Hacking Noises play. And then we got Anko Boy, who is another person we've seen do very, very well in these tournaments. And so I believe did he make top 2 or no, top 3? No, top 3, I think, last time.
Top 4. I think he got third. I think he got third in season 2. Yeah, I think he got third.
So, obviously proven himself to be a very, very skilled player. And then last but not least, we got the second place seed, Oxy, who we've seen her do very well in these tournaments as well.
Oxy got third in season 1. Yep, third place in season 1.
Okay, third place in season 1. Okay, yeah. So again, very, very skilled player. I mean, I feel like all these players, except for Loki, have done very well but haven't won. So yes. I want to see, some more names come into because so far there's been no repeat winners. So, obviously it'd be hype if Loki won again, but, if any of these 7 win, other than Loki, that would also be hype, because then we get a new name as the playoffs champion.
Yeah, thanks for the intro on all these players. And I think before we throw it back and start our first seed, the 2 things I'd like to point out, some little next-gen stats maybe, is that this is our 3rd unique number 1 seed. There has not been the same number 1 seed in any of these 3 seasons. It was silver in season 1, and our season 1 ranked playoffs winner, Nerdy, silver. Our seed number 1 in season 2 was low key. Our season 2 ranked playoffs winner, Nerdy, do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Low key. Our season 3 seed 1 player, 7 Ral. Now, does that mean that our Season 3 playoffs winner is 7 Ral? I don't know. I'm looking at the leaderboard right now for Elo. In Season 1, Silver was 150 Elo in front of second place. Ral at the number 2 seed in Season 1 was 2150. Silver was 2309. In Season 2, Loki was 94 Elo ahead of Oxidian. In Season 3, Ral was 5 Elo ahead of Oxidian at the 2 seed. So the gap has closed a significant amount for our number 1 seed throughout these seasons. Just like one game, you know, they play one game. Ral doesn't win his last game. Oxy doesn't lose her last game, or plays one more. One day, that's 1 day of Elo decay, and that's your 5 Elo. So I don't know if that number 1 seed is going to matter as much. Now, granted, it does give you an easier time through the bracket. Ral will play the worst seeded player out of these qualifiers, number 16, and then he will play the either 8 or the 9 seed from the quarterfinals. Now, that might look like a good deal, but the other thing that a lot of you might have noticed so far about this bracket is Silver is not here. And that's not because he's busy. It's because he got 9th place in Season 3 by 1 game. On the last day, he lost 2 in a row, and he's got to throw down in the qualifiers. So we're going to see some Silver gameplay today. My headcanon theory, he's just trying to get more screen time. It's a good way to get warmed up. Good way to get the brand out there. Did it on purpose, potentially. Some cope for him, you know? But that doesn't mean that if he gets into our round of 16 as the 9th seeded player, beats Danny Boy, then Ral has to play Silver in the quarterfinals, which would potentially be a grand finals match. So I think there's going to be some crazy storylines with this bracket, and I can't wait to see it filled out after our qualifier games today. Without further ado, I'm ready to kind of get into it. Maybe we take a couple minutes to explain the format, but I think we can cover that as the seed 1 is playing. Yeah, we've waffled enough. The players are probably ready. We'll see. I've been told to waffle a little bit more by the big boss in our ear, the little earpieces we got specifically today, and by that I mean our headsets. So why not explain the format? Because again, we haven't streamed the qualifiers in about half a year. So the way this works is anybody who placed in the top 100 in the ranked Season 3 leaderboard can play in the qualifiers. If you place top 8, like we just saw, that's the top 8 on our bracket. The 9 through 16 is getting filled out today from the top 100 ranked players. Anyone can play. We currently have 77 people in the ranked playoff stage in our Discord. So we got basically, what is that, Nerdy? Like a C plus, maybe a B minus, if it was like a graded 77 right out of what, 92? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. No, that's like a that's like a B.
I think it's a B. I think it's a B. Yeah.
I think that's like good, you know?
I think it's pretty good. And obviously, I mean, people are busy. Maybe some people don't want to play, blah, 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 whatever. But anyways, everybody can play the first seed. And if you get in the bottom half, so we're going to let half of the players finish every single seed. And if you don't finish the seed, you get a strike. And if you get 2 strikes, you're out. And we're just going to play as many seeds as we need to play until we get a top 8. That's it. So it's very, very consistency focused, a little bit more so than the bracket. But it's nice, you know? I mean, if you're there, and especially that you only need to get in the top half, you can be like a fast player and then take it slow a little bit and get that 100% sort of consistency factor there. Like Silver, expect to see him just play a little bit safer in a lot of places. You know, there are a lot of times, I mean, in Qual Season 1 that we saw people go for 0 cycles and they're like the first person entering the end. It does not matter if you're the first person in the top half or the last person in the top half. As long as you finish the seed, you don't get a mark. There's no extra benefit. The seeding for the bracket from 9 to 16 is entirely dependent on your placement in the Season 3 leaderboard. So Silver got 9th, he's guaranteed the 9th seed, no matter what, if he qualifies. The person in 100th, if they're playing, I don't know who that is off the top of my head, is guaranteed the 16th seed if they qualify. It's just sorted by last season ELO. So there's legitimately no benefit to finishing any seed faster. So I do wonder if we'll see some discipline from runners. I mean, doing stuff a little bit safer if they know they're ahead, because like we do have with the ranked format, you get to see the pace of the other players in your room. So I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's going to be chaotic. We're going to be looking at 70 screens potentially, but I mean, not at the same time, but like swapping through people. I
In
mean,
general, yes.
yes, I'm very excited.
No, me too. I think we've got a lot of potential on this stream. You know, a lot of names I will say that I personally like am excited to see in this tournament. Like seeing No Fear, for example, is a little bit, you know,
Yes,
it's
that's a
you
crazy
know,
name.
having the former world record holder, you know, is going to be exciting. You know, Silver also, of course, the previous. Like, we have so many names. I feel like I'm just very excited to be here to watch all of these. Like, there's so many names. I don't even know who I'm most excited about. You know,
Yeah.
I want to see all these people do well. And I feel like, you know, anytime someone gets eliminated, I'm gonna be wondering who got eliminated. I'm gonna be wondering uh, who's still in, you know. And so
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a good set of matches here.
No, and I think there's a lot of room for like upsets too, because if these top runners, like higher seeded players, do play safe, like our top 20 ranked players, kind of, and then it opens the door maybe for someone in like 70th, 80th to full send it and just have it work out. And I think it's really cool. I mean, we saw a lot of like dark horses, for lack of a better word, in season 2 qualifiers get through. And remember, we had that Quiz Dewo match, just and like there were a lot of qualifier players that just did much better than we thought, and much better than we thought in the bracket. And so it does give that chance, for people who maybe didn't do as well in the season but are on an upswing in their mechanical skill now, perhaps, or just, I don't know, for whatever reason. I think it's really cool. And I also think, like you said, it's just the most stacked qualifiers I think we've ever had. And that goes also back to the point that the seed 1 and 2 on the ranked leaderboard this season are separated by only 5 elo points. I feel like the skill gap between everybody is sort of less, if that makes sense. I don't know.
No, I hear what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
I
it's
think,
more competitive if you want to
yeah.
think about it like that.
But here we
And
go, Nerdy.
here we go.
C1 got to load in 70-ish people, so we're capped by the processor speed of the worst computer here, but it'll work out. Ranked does a really bad, or not a bad job, does a good job actually of telling you the loading of everybody, but it's points out who the slowest thing is, which is funny. Like
yeah.
in a big group, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. It's just funny.
It's just a little bit of a call out, you know, and the runners are off here.
BT seed, good.
Who's gonna find the BT first? Let's see here.
Out of the 77 people, I do think it only says the first person to get an advancement. Yeah. Who was it? HDMI cables. I've seen their name around before.
Okay, there we go. Hey,
will that half a second time save, Nerdy, equate to them getting first in the seed? What do you think?
You know, okay. Is it subtle? Of course it's subtle. But it would be a confidence booster. Seriously. I mean, that would be worth it. Like the first thing you win out of the 77 people immediately, that's a confidence booster.
Yeah, I think Molly was the first iron pick crafter though. Just throws around all this stuff. I think it is a little. I think like obviously I was joking about, and we knew that, but surely we knew that. But like being the first person to enter a fort on the seed or blind on the seed or anything like that, I think is super. Like it could matter, right? Because there's so many people. This is smart. Room portal play from Silver. We're seeing it out from HDMI cables there in the bottom right. Focused. Our BT Warlord swapped out for Molly, who was also having internet issues a little bit, but. It's the nice consistency play. Like maybe it wasn't directly where this magma ravine was, and it looks like it kind of was on the way. Silver found something here. I'm not sure if this was the filter intended one, but it's definitely just correct to go for that room portal. Because again, you're just trying to get top half on the seed. So if you're someone like Silver and you have the mental that like, okay, I'm faster than, I mean, Silver definitely has the mental where he thinks he's faster than everybody, obviously, right? But even if you're like, think you're a top 10 player in these qualifiers, like you can maybe lose like a minute, and still be in the top half. So why not grab that room portal now? Silver's got golden carrots. He's got 2 extra gold blocks, golden armor. Everyone who took this rune portal is in a much better situation in this nether than someone who didn't. Right. There was no shears out of this BT. There was no TNT. They have no blocks. So having these 2 gold blocks here, gold pick. And I think we're going to see this out of Silver for blocks right now.
Yeah,
There we go.
there we go.
3 gold picks. That's a stack and a half. Gonna expect to see this from other runners as well. The runners that can, obviously. Not everyone will have access the room portal.
You can see maybe just using the wood from the gold axe that he got earlier. I don't think that's necessarily a bad play, but definitely having to use some wood is suboptimal. Now having to mine while he moves with the diamond shovel.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean,
We'll see. He might get there first, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is just 2 completely different terrain decisions. Maybe going low, using his wood, using this soul sand. But, I mean, he's got 23 wood still, managed to conserve it. But Silver finding this upper terrain, and it's weird, it's hard. There's stream delay. But it looks like Silver is, I mean, you can look at the timers and the instances.
Oh,
Silver
right,
is just like a few seconds ahead to this chalice. I'm not sure how their enter times were really compared. But, yeah. And again, I really wasn't looking at the chat. I'm not sure who the first person to enter the Bastion was, but it really, again, it doesn't matter too much, especially when almost 40 people can finish Seed 1. You're basically, you're going to want to not die. You're going to want to not get unlucky on strays, I think, is going to be a big thing that could have some, unnecessary time loss if you get stuck with some Wither Skellies, obviously, if you die. And yeah, we'll see. But you got to get top 40 only. So it's very consistency pilled, at least for these first seeds, when so many people can finish each seed.
And let's see. Yeah, was it? I didn't quite catch it. Did Silver get Obsidian first? I'm not sure.
Not
he
sure.
might have.
Yeah,
he might have. I
think the non-room portal users potentially could be in the Bastion first, but with a lack of
right, sure,
food or blocks. If you use all your wood, not sure. Again, chat, seeing a little bit of info. If you just joined us, these are the qualifiers. This is round 1. After each round, if you're not in the top half of completions, you will get 1 strike, and if you get 2 strikes, you're out. So every single runner today will get to play at least 2 seeds. And I think we're going to need maybe 8 or 9 to get to our top 8 to figure out who's playing in the bracket next weekend. You have 1 seed of sort of a safety net here. So, I mean, you really don't want to use it seed 1, though. Like, having that sort of wiggle room is super nice because it just, there's bound to be just some unlucky thing in a few seeds, like 8 seeds in a row. Maybe you'll get just some crazy strays or like the worst piglin RNG in your Bastion with like them kind of wandering around, or a zombie pig, or skeleton shoot your piglin, something like that. So you really want to keep that consistency all the way up, especially in just such a volatile game that is Minecraft speedrunning. Even with all the RNG modification, there's just still so much that can happen.
And here we go. Silver now leaving into the fortress, as well as Meebe, as well as Papler.
And look at the strays here. I mean, this is peak SSV. Oh my god. Wow. We're writing down these chords for later in our All Advancements run. I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness. Look at all the Wither Skeletons, though. Holy.
Oh my god. That's a non-looting skull right there. He just rips it for sure. And I mean, he's got the food. It's all about, like, just don't die, Like, wrangling all these dudes is crazy, but it's just, you don't want to die in a seed like this. You know your head, looking at the splits. And I think he's going to play it safe. Maybe just try and find a spawner here. But looking at the screens, and the right side, people just dealing with all different types of strays. And I mean, however fast you deal with them, however many wither skellies you get, there is a lot of luck into it, but there is a lot of skill in handling the situation correctly, not taking as much damage, getting as many blazes as you physically can without dying. And I think Silver did the best he could. But we're going to see a lot of split differential here. People can blind travel on however many eyes that they just want. I don't know really the rates on the seed, but it looks like Bloons in the top right has 12 eyes and is already out. Could potentially be the first player heading towards the stronghold. Again, splits here get really iffy. Because also
with 12 eyes, that's much less iffy, right? Because
for sure.
You're just leaving the fort. You're out. So we'll see here.
Bloons is just by far and away ahead. And is this a really close blind? It looks like he's just digging down at 2 cords here at the fort. He's gonna pearl through. Has 3 pearls. Could 0 here. Still with those 3 extra pearls because the eyes are pre-crafted. And I can't see the Ninbot as it's pixelated and like a 15th of the screen. But I think he's building his portal. like right now, Bloons could be our first stronghold enter. Again, really doesn't matter because you just need to be top 40. But for the mental, perhaps? And it looks like, yeah, in chat, Bloons was first I Spy advancement of our first seed of our Season 3 qualifiers. Gonna hit that preemptive here. Library, unlucky. That was the direction, though. Getting a little bit more of a spike back that way. Surely just down the staircase. Oh, finds it. Will we see the 0? This is some good pace, too. This is sub 9. I mean, nothing's really pre-crafted yet, so it's more low 9 territory here, but you don't need to go for 0 if you're first here. I like the play, you know what I mean? But I also think you need to be going for 0 in situations like this with a very, like, get out if it's unlucky. Like, this was fine. You know, back, short, shouldn't fly away. But if there was any cage, I feel like I would pull out. If there's any weird tower, I feel like I would pull out. But if it's easy, if it's consistent, you know,
Oh, no!
Surely. Oh, my God. What? It switched. Maybe he died. Oh, my God.
What has happened?
Subscribe to see
What happened? I want to know.
We'll get Bloons' screen back up. Maybe the stream fully rage quit and it was gone. I don't know.
That is crazy. That's unfortunate.
We'll get Bloons back up there surely. The quals is there's a lot of people to deal with, chat. Don't stress about it too much. We'll figure it out. People in chat are saying you lived. Again, all these participants are streaming on Twitch, so you can go look at their individual stream. Maybe this is our play. Maybe Bloons just paid us off to get everyone to switch to his personal stream. Who knows? He went to 95 is what it was. Looks like Silver's going for 91, but in chat, Hinart, first place, 921. Just a slightly slower end there and probably hit the 0. And it looks like, yeah, people in chat coming through. Looks like Bloons got a perch after that 0, gets second. Meeby with a 0, third. Moley with a 0, fourth. Silver with a 0, fifth. A lot of explosives on the seed for players and an easy dragon if you don't try to push 95 and get hit off. So yeah, I mean, but let's see, Nerdy. This is something to think about. Our seed 1 fastest time was a 9:21. Now, granted, if you're the fastest out of 80 players, you probably got some good strays. Especially on that fort, you probably got some good strays.
Right.
Like, I know for a fact, and I was not watching Bloons screen, but I know for a fact there were some good blaze strays in that fort. Some lack of wither skeletons existing. But I am curious, what is our 39th finisher gonna get? How much time do these runners have to play with? Are they gonna, think about that for future runs? But look, I mean, in chat already. And this must be stressful, right? I mean, I've never played in the qualifiers. You've never played in qualifiers, but you're waiting for your 6th rod and you just see, you're like, oh my God, please. No one else finished. And you just start seeing in chat, 21, 22, 23,
and
24.
No Fear has just forfeited.
You saw that in chat? Really?
I did,
wow.
Yeah. No Fear has forfeited, so taking just 1 mark already.
I mean, I never really liked the forfeit play, but obviously I don't know, you don't really know what happened. Could have just died in this fort, died going for 0, perhaps. But it's not a good look. Like I said, I mean, there's just RNG stuff that can happen in every seed, and getting your first mark on the first seed, especially when a player like No Fear you think should have a couple minutes to play with of like, free time kind of.
Right.
Time save over other runners, just knowing the speed of his play. Parker in 30th clutches out. And I mean, if you're Emia right now, digging down to cords, 7 people to
make that 5. No, sorry, 7. No, sorry. It's continue your thought, Feinberg. I can't do math.
Now it's 6.
That was 37.
Now it's 5. Now it's 5. You just have crazy stream delay, or like reverse stream delay.
It was just stream delay. It was just stream delay. Yeah. I definitely didn't think the number was 37.
Yeah, there's just no way though. Two people. I mean, you're probably already in the end. Your dragon's probably going to die. Dima in the top right here, getting a perch maybe.
Gets the last one.
Yeah, so that I mean, 2.5 minutes only. I feel like in previous qualifier seasons, it was sometimes maybe 3 or 4 minutes of like leeway there. It's a 9:20 for our first completion and an 11:57 for our last. So a 2.5 minute gap there in between first and 39th. And again, chat, everybody gets to play seed 2. We currently have 38 people who have 1 mark, which means that if they're in the bottom half of any seed from now until the top 8, they're eliminated. Those 38 people now have to play perfectly. Oh my god, we're gone.
Okay.
Oh. All good. Average Discord thing? No, if you pop out the Discord cams and then like tab off of Discord or put it in the background, it does that. It's not a big deal. We're back. All good. But yeah, I mean, some surprising names that we saw. I mean, No Fear, like you said, specifically, probably the most surprising player to get a mark. But again, I mean, I think some people said in chat that he went for 0 and didn't have a crafting table to make more explosives. Maybe went for a low explosive 0, messed it up. And I mean, you're not really thinking about grabbing crossbow and arrows, you know? Right. It's not in that mindset there. But if you have time, you know, like Bloons literally failed to 0 and got a perch. I mean, granted, he was the first in the end, but like you do have that time. I don't think No Fear was that stressed about like being in the, you know, back 10 of completions, for lack of a better way to like phrase that. And it just means he has to play perfect. Maybe it's just a warm-up seed. Who knows? We got people from all different time zones. I mean, me and you woke up like less than an hour ago. I mean, and I've also seen, I think Big Manji's been live for, I think, 9 hours. I think he went live while I was awake before I went to bed and said warming up for 9 hours before qualifiers or something like that in his title. And I think he's been live for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All different types of warm up from people, time zones. I mean, we got people from Australia playing, people from Asia playing, people from EU playing, and people waking up early on PST, CST. I mean, depends on your schedule, but you do have that warm-up seed. We do have the mark system. If you get unlucky, if you throw, but it means that those players have to play perfect. And chat's asking about the mark stuff. It should show on the overlay or on the like next to the nameplates when we get into scene 2. Why did I kidnap Manji in your background? I didn't, bro. It's a different monkey. Don't believe the propaganda. It's a different monkey. There's 2. Manji's only 1.
There's that's kind of sus, Feinberg. I don't know. That's kind of sus.
It's a different monkey, guys. It's a different monkey. Evidence? You have to take my word for it. It's a trust-based system we have going on here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with chat on this one, Feinberg. I'm sorry. I can't support this.
Guys, it was a Dave & Buster's plushie present. I don't think Manji was a Dave & Buster's prize, okay? I think he's got better aspirations than that in life.
That's pretty like big deal though. You know, I feel like those are everyone loves like the big prizes. Yeah. Well, just in general. Like,
I got this at GDQ when we went, I think.
Yeah, I know. It was
just had like spare tickets or something. Yeah. I'd gone to Dave & Buster's as a kid for like decades, and I just was like, I barely go like once a year. Like we only probably go when we go to like conventions or something. And I just like, they always put the plushies at the top, and I was like, dude, these like don't cost that many tickets. I mean, granted, the company has probably stolen thousands of dollars from like my parents and I, from like, because the return on investment is terrible. But yeah, it looks like we're just trying to sort out the players for room 2. We are making new rooms every time just to make sure the whitelist and the marks and everything are super accurate. So we'll be getting into the next seed in just a couple minutes. It just means we got more waffling, more fun, enjoyable time to spend with lovely chat. People happy.
Yeah, I'm super excited because I'm really excited to see Parker in this again, and I want to see him. I want to see him do well. I know I was talking to him yesterday. He's been very excited about this. So I definitely am a bit biased, I guess you could say, in my commentary, because I would love to see Parker do well, because I know he's been like practicing and stuff, and see him win the first seed, not get a mark the first seed is exciting. You know, I love to see that. So it is interesting how it really is about consistency rather than like being the best of this group. You know what I mean? Like you need to just be in the top half every single time. You technically never need to be first or anything like that.
Yeah. At least with these first few seeds. Now, granted, maybe like in the last couple, right? When it's like 12 people are playing in the last seed, 6 people will not get a mark. Like maybe there you got to like turn on the jets, you know? But at least in these first couple seeds when there's like 80 people playing, maybe 40 people, 60 people playing after these first couple, you just want to play consistent, especially with that fort that we saw, SSV Fort. But yeah, I mean, we can throw it over to the bracket real quick to look at for people that just came here, missed seed 1, see what we're working with here. These qualifiers today are going to fill out seeds 9 through 16 on our Season 3 playoffs bracket that will commence next Sunday. Yes, because Block Wars is Saturday. Next Sunday, a week from today, we stream our entire round of 16. And then 2 weekends from now, we stream the rest of the bracket. The quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the grand finals. And the third place match, I guess, too. But yeah, this is our top 8, seeded by ELO Performance in Season 3. Ral taking our 1 seed, low-key, previous playoff winner, taking our 3 seed. And then, like you said, all names that we've seen before in the playoffs bracket. But we're going to fill this out. By the end of the day, we'll have your top 16. We'll have the bracket for next week. It'll be hype.
Also, I just want to say this because I like saying this every time, but it's super cool seeing new names in this group. If you are a good Minecraft player or you want to compete, all you need to do is get top 100 season 4. You know what I mean? And that's going on right now. So if this looks fun to you in any way, if you want to be a part of the next tournament, it's totally free. You just need to download the ranked mod. And man, I love the idea that like anyone can theoretically like just get into speedrun and get into the tournament. And so yeah, you gotta get top 100. Which is hard, not easy, but you could be in the next one. Like seriously, I actually mean that. Not that it's easy to do, but you could do it.
No, I mean, looking at the ELO leaderboard, Ral was first in Season 3 with 2264 ELO, but the person in 100th had 1593. Now, I mean, that is significantly higher than the 1000 ELO that you start at, but that's not unachievable. There is a lot of space in the top 100. We aren't the biggest community. You know, it's not like a top 100 on like the chess ELO leaderboards or something, you know?
Yeah, totally. No, it's like, it's doable. It really is doable. And I just really love the idea that that's, you know, someone getting to speedrunning could theoretically get into this tournament like next season.
Yes. How long between seasons? Roughly like 3 months. We're also doing an entirely new quals type format for next season. There still will be a qualifiers. It's just going to be 4 people instead of 8. And there are going to be 12 people that instantly qualify into the brackets. So yeah, we still have to kind of figure that out. But there will, I mean, again, you get top 100, you still get a chance to play in that qualifier, basically. And I do think it's cool. Again, I mean, in Season 1 and Season 2, we saw some unknown names come into the bracket and do well in both cases. I mean, someone in the top 8, I mean, the 1 seed has won both playoffs, obviously, and I think that that's the most expected outcome, especially when you're playing like a best of 5 or a best of 7 in all the rounds except the first one. But there have been qualifier players that have went far in the bracket. And especially now that I think player skill is more like closer now in general than it ever was, I think we could see some qualifier players do very, very well in the bracket. So I mean, it gives a nice ego boost too, or like a motivation, right? Say you steamroll through the whole qualifiers, you don't get any marks, you play every seed perfectly. and then you're in, and
Totally.
anything can happen in the bracket. Looks like we're starting in just a minute here. Maybe we can just throw it over to the scene early, and we'll just kind of chill. Maybe see a little timer. I don't have anything else to waffle about. I don't know about you.
I always got things to waffle about. You know me.
I do know you, nerdy. That is true.
This time we've got some new names here. Dima on there. Bing Pigs on there. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get started here again in just a minute, and it'll be nice. I'm not sure if we know who's got a mark or not. I mean, in my head, I know a few people that do, but I'm not entirely sure. We don't really have it set up on our website anywhere. The quals are scuffed. Okay, we're doing our best, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of moving parts. It is what it is. Oliver should know. I mean, Oliver does know, but
If
no,
you were watching, if you were invested in a specific runner, they should know whether they have a mark or not. If they have a mark, if they have a mark, all that means is that it's just all it means is that they can't make any more mistakes from here on out. They have to get within the threshold. If you're curious what the threshold is, just read the number that says some completions needed 39. That means that there can be 39 completions here before everyone else gets a mark, right?
Oh my God, Desert Temple. Yes.
Sorry. That's what you need to understand. So if you're rooting for a specific person, just figure out if they have a mark or not, and then from there, you will be able to know if they can make any more mistakes, or if they have like sort of a safety net with the 0 marks.
Yes, exactly. Desert Temple seed. I'm excited. I don't know about you. I am pumped right now. How much gunpowder? 14. Oh my God. And is that a diamond pick? No, it's 2 diamonds. 14 gunpowder though. Someone keep it, please. How BM would that be though? Like you're number 1 in the end? You just go try to check for an elytra because you have like a couple minutes. No, that'd be so bad. That'd be something like I would do. That'd be so bad though. Anyways, these Desert Temple seeds will have a lava pool somewhere. I think it's within 10 chunks of the temple, but this whole overworld routing is going to be where you're getting your flint, where you're getting your water, where you're getting your wood, but most importantly, where are you getting your food? As 13 rotten flesh is not the best. I'm not sure about the Gapple count. It looks like it's 0. And those 2 spider eyes are going to be a net negative in basically every situation. So it's going to be what food are these runners going to grab from this plains? I think you just try to over grab food. I saw a couple cows. Maybe you get the sheep as well. It helps with beds, stuff like that. I think you just want to play it safe. Totally. Because I mean, sometimes over grabbing food, if the seed is bad enough, it's like faster almost. I don't think. I mean, there is a point where it's too much. Like I think if you're getting into like double-digit stake values, that might be too much. But I like. Even if like 9, like I could see you eating 9 steak in a bad, like you have to pearl a couple times for the 4, got to go through a wall. Maybe there's some skellies in an SSV and some more wither skellies. Like I could see someone burning through 9 steak.
Yeah.
Seed. No, looks like Big Pigs has 6, which should be enough, but Curway doesn't grab double digit and no reset. Maybe I'm a little bit too much of a food enjoyer.
Who's not
I always grabbed so much in hardcore because that is like very bad if you run out of food. Yes, fine nom chat, true.
Based.
But looks like don't spawn too close to the Bastion here, but again, this pace this early doesn't really matter as there's still so many people that can finish the seed. Without getting a mark.
So I agree with you. It doesn't matter, but I will say like any early mistakes can really cascade. I feel like if you don't see the lava pool things like that, and you get like well behind.
Okay, that's fair.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that, I do think matters because it is interesting. It's not just you versus one other person. It's you. You need to sort of not have 39 people be faster than you.
Yeah, so like if you make a mistake, like if it's a 1v1 in ranked, maybe your
Yeah,
opponent is making
exactly.
that mistake. But if it's a 1v76 and you make a mistake, like there's going to be someone who's probably perfect
Yeah.
up until the point and then just didn't make that mistake that you did. So it's yeah, I mean, you're right. I am thinking about it from a mental of like I watch a lot of silver playing. I obviously have played a lot of ranked myself in the past and I'm thinking in the mental that like oh my god. Big Pig's scary. Looks like he's good though. See, this is what I mean. Like, maybe you need 9 steak here. Like, he's already gonna burn through 2 before getting to the Bastion. And you don't need to eat the second one this early. Um, but I don't know. I'm of the mental where I'm like, I'm always gonna be first. So if I make a mistake, I still have time. But you're right. Like, if you have some cascading stuff, like maybe you just didn't spot the lava pool initially. Oh, scary. Oh my god, and you punched the pig. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, one heart. Again, my food prediction might come true. Like maybe we're burning through 5 steak in this run, and then not good enough. I'm telling you, man, 9 steak might have been the move.
Man.
Not dying though. That's the most
Yeah, I
important
mean,
thing.
it's not a bad point.
He's alive in the housing, trading
I think
gold.
it's okay,
That's what
but yeah,
matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be fine. He has run flesh. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yes, I think it will be fine. But yeah, it looks like these runners too. I think grabbing the backup blocks, I mean, even in the bracket is the right play, but especially in the quals too is the right play. I think a pig stole 1, so he's only gonna be able to get 2 here. But you want to make sure that you're getting like more trades is good, right? And doing them early is good. I mean, you're maybe losing what 15, 20 seconds, but you could get extra beds for 0. You get extra pros for 0. Maybe it's what you need to get 20 obby. Who knows? But I think these runners saw the fort as they were heading to the housing. I think it's a couple pros away. And so we'll see who gets there first. Looks like Papler in our bottom right is already leaving, but has 1 mutton only in the offhand, 2 steak in the inventory though. So worse food situation than probably some runners here. Bing Pig's not a great example, as I think he's probably taken 20 hearts of damage already in the seed, which is not great. And honestly, pretty shocking that he's not dead. But it looks like Papler's in the fort. Height. No strays this time. It gets a little low, but it looks like we're fine. It looks like, yeah, the spawner, the closest thing, structure part of the fort for basically everyone if you take the same terrain. So, going to be a very consistent blaze split. Spawners are standardized. If you clear out the same blocks as somebody else and have the same light level as somebody else,
Right.
you'll get the exact same spawns. So, I wonder why. Oh, he's getting 20 obsidian. I was like, why is Big Pig still in the Bastion? But it looks like maybe that 1 gold block that was stolen did matter as he gets that obby trade now and is leaving. And again, that's cascading time loss. I mean, that's maybe a minute in and of itself, but then in addition to taking this damage in the Bastion, having to eat up, taking the damage before the Bastion, having to play it safe, I mean, it could be too much, you know? And you're
Yeah.
like 2.5 minutes of cushion is slipping away. But
mean,
again, very consistent blaze split from everyone here. So we'll see who's going to be in the stronghold first.
I'm very curious if maybe will maybe placing the portal here right next to the spawner, getting a lot of blazes. But I'd be curious if the light level makes any kind of difference from that portal. If it's worth lava bucketing. I know this is very subtle, but like, is it worth it? I don't know. I'm not sure how much light the portal gives off, but I'd be curious if. Well, he's getting so many, so it probably just does not matter.
Yeah, blazes spawn with pretty high light levels, I think.
Okay, and I think
There's
the
actually,
portal probably doesn't
yeah,
matter.
the portal's not that bad for light level, and the blazes spawn Yeah, it looks like in chat people are saying Blazers spawn with 10 and Portal
Give off 7?
gives off 7. Yeah, that kind of
Thank you,
makes
chat.
sense.
I'm very always paranoid about, the light level stuff with spawners.
It's a good thing to be paranoid about because it does matter in a lot of situations. But now we know that it doesn't matter with another portal. It looks like in the bottom right, Papler heading towards second portal chords. I have no idea. Silver? Yeah, Silver first in chat. Look at that. I Spy. I was going to say, I cannot read whatever language Bing Pigs is playing on, but Dima in the top right is playing in English. And it did say that Silver I Spied first. I figured that was the advancement, but I mean, you could get any advancement would show up if he's first. Maybe Silver got fishy business or something. I can't read that. I don't know.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. He's just going on a little.
Yeah. Surely we can switch to Silver here. Maybe the qual switching stuff is just bugged or scuffed. We'll see. There's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts. Oh, none is offline. See, maybe it is bugged. Maybe that's why it's not working, chat. Maybe we'll figure it out before seed 3. It was a good try. We tried our best. Back to being pigs. All good. We will just look into chat for the completions. People in chat saying Retropog in the end first. Not sure if it's zeroable. None of the 4 people that we're allowed to watch have entered the end. We're locked in, boys. We're locked in on these 4 players. But the good news, like I said, is we will get the chat messages for all the completions.
And at the end of the day, it all matters.
Yeah.
There's no...
Because it doesn't matter if you get first or last. I mean, last in the top half.
First, sub 10.
That's a sub 10. 955 Silver first. 1 for 0. I mean, must have. People in chat saying Retropog in the end first, but Silver getting the first completion. Someone in chat said Feinberg is so shit at picking seeds. I have no idea what these seeds are. So Japonk 86. That's an L take, brother.
That sounds like a bit of cope, if I may say so. Sorry.
Wally Yoshi striking back. Feinberg supporter saying this seed was literally good. Like some beef in the Quals chat.
Oh man. Feinberg, you have an op in chat, man.
We have some beef in the Quals chat. Bing Pig is getting the spike on the right. Is Silver still the only person to finish the seed? Is he a minute ahead of second? I don't think someone's finished. Yeah. Silver's a full minute ahead of second place. A minute exactly. Dolphin getting a 10:56, Silver getting a 9:55. I mean, wow. That's the kind of performance we would expect from our season 1 winner, season 2 second place. Oh my god, that's a tall front tower.
That's still impressive. Out of 76 people.
I mean, look at that tower, right? Like maybe you think you just don't go for it. I don't know if that's T100 or T103, because I'm kind of washed at society. I think that's T103. Maybe it's 100. I'm undecided. Looks like 103. Yeah, going for 203 is crazy. Yeah, did he go on the top, guys? What happened? Chat, someone help us out. Did he go on the top or did he go? He did top setup on 103. That's crazy.
There's no fear. No fear still in.
No fear finished? Nice.
Here's a good way to think about this. Here's a good way to think about this, chat. Anytime you see a name in chat, they're still in. That's a good way to think about it.
That's true.
If you see a name in chat in yellow, that means that person is still in. Always, no matter what. That's one way you could, I don't know, think about it, if that makes it easier for you.
Yeah, we were just told in the organizer channel that we've completely ran out of budget for the Twitch streams. So we're only stuck to these 4 people. That's what's happening, guys. We've ran out of internet space. The big internet. I don't know what the issue is. Who knows? It's all good though. Bing Pig's clutching up though. Not an amazing performance though. I mean, 24th it looks like. Oh, 25th. Oh, 26th.
26.
That's what I mean. That's scary though. Like maybe, what if this was a 50-player round and you're 23rd? Sure. Like there's 23 completions when you kill the dragon, and then 26 when the animation is over. It's scary. Chat, if you're asking why we're not switching to other people, I just said it's because we are out of internet space in the entire world. We're out. We can't switch. We're stuck. We're trying to figure it out, okay? Qualls is scuffed. We knew it was going to be scuffed. It's been scuffed. There's a lot of people. We're doing our best. Last couple completions rolling in here. Taffel getting last in seed 1 and like bottom 5 in seed 2. Moley getting in. Temp GD, we have one more, and there it is. 13-31. And Silver winning the seed with a 9:55. Look at Big Pigs clutching up with that tab. People wanted to look,
Wow.
get a clip of that.
Follow me on Twitch. Let's go.
Hey, he's a businessman.
Listen, I respect it. Feinberg, if back in the day, if you were on the Fortnite mainstream, you would do this, wouldn't you?
Dude, my Fortnite username was like twitch.feinberg. I was a TTV kid. Oh, beef in the Qual stream.
Oh,
Beef in the Qual stream.
oh no. This is a disaster.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What do we do?
I mean, they gotta settle this in the they gotta settle this on the in the match, man. Who's gonna get first?
That's all I'm saying.
Between
I
them.
think you should follow the person who makes it in the bracket out of those two players. And we're gone again.
True.
And we're back. Let's go.
True.
Poll. We're not doing a Twitch poll, guys. We'll give it a bit. We're probably gonna try to figure out the internet issues. Maybe ask the big ISP for more data or something, so we can switch between players, because that's what was bugging out, as they say. But yeah, Nerdy, we saw some names in there that we know got a mark seed 1 and didn't seed 2. I mean, Silver getting first by over a minute is crazy. But I mean, if you discount Silver, it was a 10:55 for the second completion and a 13:30 for the last. So again, that's like a 2.5 minute wiggle room. So you kind of know that as a player, right? Like you can make that much time worth of mistakes. Or you just go for the 2-1-0-3-0 and beat everyone by a minute, which is hype. But yeah, I mean, we'll have an updated list of players here for the third room, as there are some people that will have 2 marks if they got bottom half in seed 1 and seed 2. That was it for their qualifier journey. And again, chat, it's scuffed, so I have no idea who has 2 marks. But if they're not in the lobby or on the screen, they have 2 marks. Well, they might. We can't show everybody. It'll be a lot clearer when we get down to like 30 people, 20 people, 15 people, and then
Right.
And then we're on those important that last seed. I think that's what it was like in the season 2 or season 1 of the season qualifiers. It was like it was top 12, I think, and like every single player had a mark except for like 1. Maybe it was everybody, but like that. Those are the seeds we live for. We just have to fight through the battles to get there, as they say. No one says that, but you know, we're doing our best here, guys, and we're figuring out our room for round 3. We're going to get our runners back in. We're going to try and figure out our scene switching issues, and then we'll be ready. If you have questions about it in chat, well, I'll be a good streamer and answer the questions. How many people get eliminated each round? The way it works is if you're in the bottom half of completions, you get a mark, and if you have 2 marks, you're out. So you do have a little bit of leeway. You can mess up 1 seed, but it's a variable amount of people that get eliminated each round, because if you're in the bottom half, it's a mix of people who have 0 mark and who have 1 mark. Someone else in chat asked, are the seeds filtered? The seeds are filtered. There's a filter that works really well, and then there's also standardized RNG basically everywhere on the seed. Like mob drops basically everywhere, dragon perch, dragon behavior, blaze spawn behavior, all that jazz. Yeah. It's basically double elimination, but a little more complicated. How many rounds? Again, that's a little variable. It's probably going to be like 7 or 8 seeds, but I've been told by Big boss to send it to our intermission screen so we can figure out all the back end stuff to hopefully have a smooth C3 experience. So we will see you guys in a couple minutes. Get a snack, go to the bathroom, get some water. We'll be back. It doesn't matter where you place as long as you're in top half. And we'll throw it to an intermission, and we'll see you guys in bed. Yippee. What's up, gamers? We're back. We figured out the issue. So, new thing breaks in quals every season. The spectator instances were like 5 minutes behind, like genuinely 5 minutes behind. For some reason, there's just immense lag when there's a ton of people in the room if you're spectating with like the new functions or something. So it's honestly very clutch that our ref did not crash. Because that would have been bad. Because then the seed would have just not worked. So it's clutch that didn't happen. But we had to try to fix the issue, and we think we did. Redline made a new version of the mod, and then we also had to manually add up all the marks. So I actually have a Google sheet now that I made just now. Actually, kind of hype. I was gonna say this isn't even like my degree. I never even did Google Sheets, but I just have a list of all the players and all the marks. So this is good. Notable people that have 2 marks that are already out after the first 2 seeds. In ELO order, Super C is our highest ELO participant who's fully out. And then other names that are recognizable. Dewo played in the season 2 playoffs, already has 2 marks. Draconics already has 2 marks. Let me see who else. No Fear's got 1 mark. Yeah, and then I mean the lower I scroll on this ELO leaderboard, it does make sense. There's a lot of people that are barely in the top 100. Now, granted, this is a list of all 92 players that I'm filtering off of, so I mean there are 15 people that just didn't show up, and I don't really know exactly who that is, but yeah, I mean, No Fear has 1 mark. Let me look at other notable people that have 1 mark. Meeby has 1 mark. DMax has 1 mark. Beef Salad has 1 mark. Nice Twice and No Fear, like I said, have 1 mark. But I mean, most of our playoff warriors that we've seen in brackets before are either already in our top 8 or don't have a mark at all, which does make sense. I mean, 40 people completing. If you think that you're the best of the best, you know, it can throw down the top 8 or whatever. You probably shouldn't have a mark unless something really bad happened in the last couple seeds. Yeah, and we'll see exactly how many runners we have. Looks like we have 51 people that are going to fill out this lobby, but we're just trying to get the whitelist all sorted. Hope nothing lags this time. Hope we can switch between players. We'll see. I believe it is probably fixed.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, it is a little slow, it's a little scuffed, but hey, at the end of the day, we're figuring it out, and you know, honestly, I'm
We're
excited.
streaming.
This
We're
has been fun.
streaming the quals. It's better than not streaming the quals.
Yeah, and so
That's what all of you guys can agree.
once again, guys, if there's someone specific that you're like, I am rooting for this person, you can, you know, go check their stream out. They might be, you can see if they've qualified. You can look at their VODs or whatever, or maybe they have it on their stream or something, or maybe they'll be saying it. If they have 1 mark, then that means that if they have 1 mark and they're still in, then what that means, all that means is that they're not out or anything like that. It just, if they don't make it into the threshold of, you know, whatever people, which we'll put on the screen.
50%, yeah.
Yeah, top 50%, then they're out. So they're not out, but they could be out in the next round. If they have 0 marks,
They still have that 1 seed of
they
like
still
leeway
don't.
to work with. Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, I believe Parker right now, and there's a lot of viewers of Parker. I believe he or Rec if he, I think he has 0 marks.
Parker's got 0 marks. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can find his name. I'm not entirely sure what elo he ended at, but I don't think he has a mark. I would have mentally seen that. What elo did he end at, man? This is crazy. You keep talking. I'm looking at it.
It was like top 40 or something like that, I think he said. Something like that. Anyways, but yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is there's a few things that you can do. So if there's a specific person, that's what I'd recommend you do. If there's like a specific person, just figure out if they have a mark or not, and then you know, or figure out if they're out or if they have 0 marks, and you'll figure out what to do from there. If you want to just, you're kind of curious, like who's safe or whatever, that's going to be a little harder to figure out. The one thing I will say is that, again, if you see the name pop up in chat in yellow, they are still in, no matter what. No matter if they had a mark before or anything like that, no matter what, if you see a name like that, it's in. Now, technically, there are people that will not show up in that list that are still in. And that's where it gets a little complicated. But the important thing to know is that everyone who you see in the list pop up is still in. That's probably the easiest way to think about it to understand for now.
Yes. If
It's
they're
not an if
in
and
that
only if,
chat,
but it is an if.
yes. It looks like we're just about ready to get into our next seed, just figuring out our last couple things with the room and the seeds and everything.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we'll figure it out.
Any questions, chat? Any questions? Anything like that we can answer?
I think we're gonna throw it in the next seed, but we can answer them while we're
Oh, are we
waiting
good?
for.
I thought we were waiting on something. Sorry.
We're almost good, I think. Trying to.
Their type of ice cream
Yeah.
is by far coffee ice cream, okay? It goes S tier coffee ice cream, B tier is like Rocky Road and stuff, okay? There's nothing in A tier. It's just coffee ice cream up here, okay? And then we got an empty A tier, and then we got like the B tier ice creams, okay? And if you disagree with me, all right? I hate to say it, but you're wrong, okay? Listen, that's just how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works, okay? I feel
Coffee
very
ice
strongly about
cream.
this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Haagen-Dazs is so good. Oh my god.
All right, Nerdy. We can take some more questions. We're making a new room code for the runners. So if we have any more nerdy waffling questions. My favorite ice cream is probably it switches between cookies and cream or chocolate chip cookie dough. It depends. What time do I go to bed? 5:30, I think. Yeah. Dude, I was like up until I watched The Great Gatsby last night, the movie. The new one, the newer one. You say the movie and there's like four of them. And then I joined call and then it was like 4:15 and I was in bed and then I stayed up until the Squirtle at 5 a.m. Stop shaking your leg. Bro, it's like
why would that? Why would you wait for a friggin'
dude, okay,
alright,
because
bro.
the problem is the night before I was up until 8 in the morning because I was trying to speedrun a map on Miner and I spent 4 hours on the map and I couldn't beat my time. It's a 40-second map, Nerdy, and I spent 4 hours trying to save time on the map and I couldn't fucking do it. It's the most annoying map ever. There's like swimming for it's just so annoying, whatever. That's so annoying. We're setting up a new room though. We'll be ready in just a minute. W waffling. But we'll figure it out. My whole chair is shaking. No, yeah, when I tap my leg, it shakes everything. And I like my like well, okay, you can't see it, but like my hand cam will shake sometimes too, because it's like just barely attached to other stuff. Like it's clipped onto the back of my monitor. But we're almost ready, guys. Quals is scuffed. We knew it would be scuffed, but we're working through it. What's the grand prize this season? We're figuring it out.
That's like the answer to half of these questions.
That's the answer.
We will have an answer for you at some point, but not right now.
We are figuring that out.
Was this the first? Guys, my hair wasn't even dry. You guys are tripping.
Wasn't even what? What?
No,
Wasn't
it
even
wasn't
what?
even dry this time. Okay. All right. I have to leak something. You know what? I have to leak something because I have to come clean. I feel like I figured something out and I didn't realize it until just
I
now.
talked about this on my stream yesterday. If it's the HBG thing, but you can keep talking about it. There's people that want
The
to know.
HPG thing? I don't know what the
They're
HPG
like
thing
the
is.
water thing, the water tech. Unless,
Oh,
okay,
no.
we're probably
That's
talking
not what I
about
was going to say.
something
I was going to say,
else.
okay, I think I know why people think my hair looks wet. Because generally in the mornings, I use a small amount of gel. And then it just keeps my hair, it keeps it in the right shape, right? But this morning I did not, as an experiment, because I took a shower at the same time, like always. But this time, my hair was equally wet. There's no more whatever, okay? But this time, I didn't get a single comment commenting on the fact that my hair was wet. So it must be the gel. So you guys are just noticing that the gel hasn't dried. It's not that my hair is wet with water or that I didn't like, you know what I mean? This is what I think I figured out. I think I figured it out. I didn't think it was that noticeable, but I guess that's what it is. It has to be that because I didn't get a single comment. I mean, maybe people were noticing earlier, but you can go check at the beginning of the VOD, all right? You tell me what you think.
I believe
That's my
Nerdy.
theory. That's my theory.
It's a good take. Dude, I
I
have to
muted the
find.
stream. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay,
We
guys.
we are actually, the room is starting. We have like a minute. The 2-minute timer started. We're gonna be ready in just a minute. We figured out all these scuffness guys. We figured it out. It's gonna be hype. Minus 30 minutes. There were unforeseen issues, but in life, it's all about persevering and pushing through. People, inspirational, or something. I don't know. But we're almost ready. We're figuring it out. How many people are left? 51 players are left. Oh, feel strong, man. That's a way better. I couldn't think of an emoji, bro. It's a qualifier, IGT or RTA. Everything in ranked is RTA. And the seeds are fully like kind of preloaded. There's an option to do that if you have a bad hardware system, but the ranked is all RTA. Because otherwise, someone could just pause for like 30 minutes and then like keep their opponent in limbo. Imagine that's the ranked
That
strat.
would be so funny.
You just pause, wait for your opponent to finish the seed, and then you know what time you have to beat.
A funny thing about ranked, I will say, is that theoretically you could like go build a house or something, or like go, I don't know, do
You
something
could build the
completely
house
unrelated to
blank.
speedrunning. You know what I
That's
mean? You could
true.
like go just play. You could start a let's play, and theoretically you could win the match if the other person forfeits. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. Yeah.
That's a funny thought. Like, that could be a good YouTube video. I'm giving you guys YouTube video ideas here, okay? How I won a speedrun race by doing something. You just wait for someone to forfeit, and then you just win. That's a good YouTube video. There you go. There's the content. Okay, are we yap free yet?
Like 30 seconds.
Okay.
More clutching.
I'm excited.
You've been doing
Honestly,
a good
I mean,
job.
I've been enjoying watching the matches, so that's good.
True. True. You could start a 2-person SMP, but you can't interact with the other player. Looks like we're starting though. Pretty hype. Maybe there are 53 people instead of 51. Maybe I had the wrong number. Well, okay, you can send chat messages, but like, what is? You're both in the same overworld, but it's like different. Is this 4th round? This is the 3rd round. Guys, everything is scuffed. We'll get it updated. This is the 3rd round. We've lost some players who have gotten 2 marks. We are back. Ready to game out. Hey, I mean, we iced these runners. They had time to think about nerves. If you had 1 mark, you had time to think about it for half an hour.
We're back.
We are back. Surely our Switch scene POV is good. Maybe we can put Silver on the main thing and then a couple other, like, I don't know, No Fear Parker, other people. Surely it's fixed. I hope. People hope. Oh my god. No!
No. Sag.
No! That's okay. It is okay. Because we can't keep the runners here forever. If it's scuffed, it's scuffed. It happens. You can also always watch their personal streams as well. But we did fix like 1 issue. It worked? Wait, this is him. Oh my god, I just assumed it was Big Pigs because there's no like face
my
cam or
God.
hand cam or anything. It is him. Oh my god.
There we are. We love to see Silver. We love to see Silver. So,
Nerdy, talk us through this overall. What are you thinking?
yeah, sorry. I got completely sidetracked by thinking about something else. That does happen to me sometimes, and I apologize. I was looking at the monument and just thinking it would be so funny if someone went for that. But, anyways, as you can see, we've got a relatively close magma ravine here, though. It is interesting to me that to see like I don't know. I love seeing people go for 2x1s like Silver here, because at the end of the day, the 2x1 is faster, and it's interesting to see other people, most people not choosing to do that, at least on the screen that we've been watching. But choosing to go for it is just that little bit of. I mean, I think Silver just has so much practice. It probably is literally just as easy for him. But it is a mechanically harder task, and so these things do separate runners at the end of the day. These small little things do separate, and so these are the kind of things that it's kind of hard to notice with this many people going on and this many games going on to notice the small things. But at the end of the day, they really do matter. We saw Silver last time get that first place by over a minute, so
Yeah.
he's doing something right.
Let's go. Switching is working. People happy. I think most of this stuff should be fixed. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's those small things, and I mean, you can find places to find those small things at every single point in the run. And I mean, that's why Silver's 3.5 minutes faster than the runner in 39th on the last seed. It's just
Right.
it's all those small things all adding up, the consistency and the speed of the consistency too, because you
Right.
can play 100% consistent, which is obviously going to be slower than your like full send mentality, but
Right.
it's like how close can you make those two speeds of your play,
Yeah.
like can your consistent play be as close to as fast as you possibly can? And with runners like Silver, runners like Low Key, runners like No Fear,
Yes.
it gets really, really close.
Though I will say one thing that I think is really important to recognize, especially for people that maybe are not super familiar with the ranked format, is compared to regular speedruns, you are going for a personal best, right? You're going for a sort of outlier case. And for RSG resetters, for the top world record contenders, things like that, these people are generally going to be going for very risky strategies, maybe leaving on 5 or things like this. And so compared to ranked, it is a different skill. I mean, there's obviously a lot of overlap in how you play, but at the end of the day, it is a very different skill from RSG itself. And I think it's important to recognize the difference there when you're trying to figure out, who is the
100%.
best at this task of winning this tournament, who's the most likely. Someone who has the world record that or someone who's a world record contender might not necessarily be good at ranked. I mean, they probably
I
will
mean,
have skills, but
literally,
yeah.
Drip is not top 100 in
Yeah,
ranked.
there you go. There you
Drip,
go.
Drip did not make the qualifiers. Now I'm not sure how much they played. I'd have to like look at the profile and everything, but I know that I think they were like 140th or 150th, and they have a 701. So like you
Right?
said, it is just a very different mindset and mentality of how you play.
Yeah.
Um,
And so
exactly.
that's just something to think about, the tournament doesn't necessarily decide the best speedrunner. It more decides or it attempts to decide the best tournament ranked player, I would say, which is definitely valuable. But
Yeah.
it is interesting that there's different kinds of speedrunning, and there's even within just 1.16 any percent there's variation here.
Yeah. Just impossible to fully ever determine who's the best. So ranked is our idea to try to figure it out, but again, like you said, it's just a different type of gameplay. Like you're never leaving on 5 rods in ranked. You're never
Right?
throwing that risky pearl, or you don't want to. You don't want to send one eye offset, do some riskier things that you wouldn't normally do in runs, stuff like that. But looks like Sock Monkey got the first blind travel. They do have 12 eyes, so a little bit ahead of Silver here. Again, pace does get iffy, but looks like runners are going to be hitting this spawner and some strays, so most people probably will be blinding on 6 eyes. Or 12 eyes, 6 rods. You know what I mean. But it looks like we are figuring it out here. Decently far, stronghold, and it looks like Silver's going to spot some pigs here. Must have been a shipwreck overworld, as there's some rotten flesh in the inventory. So this food is good, especially if you have to pearl a couple times. Oh, unlucky though. 2 1-drops from these pigs. Surely, okay, 2 is good. That should definitely be enough. But whipping pearls with rotten flesh is not ideal. And Sock Monkey getting low here in the top right. but he should be fine. It just means he can't pearl now, especially with this rotten flesh healing on a heart and a half.
Same with No Fear here.
Yeah, No
Keep
Fear.
in mind,
until we
No
have to go.
Fear, our former world record holder, unfortunately,
Already has a mark.
already has a mark. So any death here might be the end of the tournament for him.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of seed left to play. I mean, we are watching, I think, Silver on the best pace. Sock Monkey also building to chords, but it's this pork chop play and the lack of taking damage from Silver that's going to get him first into the stronghold.
Great stuff.
Again, 2 seeds in a row now, first in the stronghold. But followed close behind by Sock Monkey and potentially other players that we are not watching. And here's Silverfish. Wormholes,
There we
wow,
go.
straight into the
Great
portal
nav
room.
from Silver.
Looking like a potential sub-9, 6 beds, no anchors. Can make a crossbow in the end, I think, if he messes up. Yes. He does have enough wood to make a crossbow. Barely. So he can full send this 0, and it will be fine, and he has arrows. And I mean, it's Silver. I think he's going to full send this. Cranks to 92, potentially. Needs to get that soul speed sprint. Weird that I wasn't giving it to him. 22. Standing at 89. Little whack, and he's going to have the FOV. Takes off the boots.
Oh, so scary.
6 beds here is a little scary, too. That's not good damage off the first 3.
Ooh.
That's not good damage off the first 4.
I can't
The
see how much
health
damage
bar
he's
in
doing.
the way! Crystal!
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He can craft a boat. He just has to not die. He can break his boat, and he will have 1 plank to spare to craft a crossbow. He's got to just mentally think of this. He has to think of it. He'll get 2 sticks and 3 planks, and he'll make a crafting table, use 1 plank for the crossbow. What is this view? Oh my god. Come on, Silver. Come on. Come on, come on. Break your boat. Go back. It's doable. You have 2 string. Oh, he's just going to die and run back. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hard to think of in the moment. But he's
Yeah,
got
very
2
challenging.
string. The boat break gives him exactly 4 sticks, and then you need 1 plank. So he has 1 plank to spare if he breaks his bed. But I mean, he was fast on this seed by a mile, so it's still possible that he can run back and get there in time.
True.
It is still possible. It looks like Sock Monkey. Is this? We still haven't had a completion, I think. Sock Monkey might be our first completion here. Purling down off that 0 on half a heart. I'm not sure if he 6-bedded as well. I mean, Silver was just at a weird height. He was at 89. That's not super ideal for 1 and 8. And yeah, that's Sock Monkey number 1. But it's possible Silver still has room. He's got 25 completions worth of players left.
Yes, exactly.
He dropped his leaves. Oh, does he not have wood or something? I think he wants to die here. Maybe he should punch the zombie piglin. I'm not sure what he's. I think he didn't grab wood. Trying to die to the skelly. Could always have gotten wood in the library. Mental tilter here, perhaps, but I think he's gonna get.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get wood here and then go back. But again, keeping Silver on the main thing here is good. Maybe we can throw out Parker. A lot of people in chat been asking to throw out Parker. Maybe in 3rd with a 1039. Again, Silver can get 1 mark here and it's fine. Obviously, you don't want to be in a situation where your back's against the wall for a few seeds in a row, but it's very doable still. It just starts to get a little nervy. Oh, we still have the none bug. Maybe that's why we were barely switching people. Who knows? It is what it is. Oh, Parker is only streaming on YouTube. Yeah, that is true, actually. Never mind. My bad. It's just we literally just can't put him up. We did tell him that, though. We said that if he wanted to get pulled up, he would have needed to stream multi-stream on Twitch also. So it's honestly legitimately not our fault. There's nothing we can do. So we're going back with wood now. Oh, it's gonna be so sad too because he's gonna VOD review this later. He's gonna realize that he could have made a crossbow. But I think only like 6 people have beaten the seed still. 5. He's got 20 people left still, Nerdy. Like this is very doable, I think.
It seems like the seed is messing people up, man. I mean, I feel like, No Fear, a very skilled runner, is still in the stronghold.
What is he looking for here?
Um,
He had arrows. Oh, I think he's looking for string. I think he doesn't know he has 2 string.
oh,
Yeah, I think is he trying to trade more or something? I think he doesn't know he has 2 string and can make a crossbow.
maybe thinking that since the dragon will heal a bit, that he could maybe just get
But then
some.
but then he
I don't
can
know.
get to a library. I have no idea what he's doing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I
I'm not sure.
really
I
don't
mean, it's
know.
just it's hard to come up
Oh
with the
my
right
god,
things.
Eric just died during a 0, I think, in the top
Oh
right.
no. I mean, it must just be the 0. The 0 seems to be really messing people up, I guess.
Oh, like a weird 1 and 8, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what killed. We've seen 2 people die to it, and barely anyone
Yeah.
has, and not barely, but 9 out of 27, like a third of the people have completed it, which is very rare. Um,
Yeah, why don't they just not? Exactly. It's hard to snap out of the mental to not go for it because it is just the faster play. And I mean, there's an argument like maybe everybody behind you goes for that 0 because especially like if you enter the end and you know that there's maybe only 5-10 completions left, then you might want to full send it.
it's a really weird statistics game that you have to sort of
Yeah.
play, and
People
usually the
also
correct
saying
answer is
that the
0.
stronghold is ass, and I think that is correct. I think No Fear's been in the stronghold for multiple minutes, and he's about to die. Gets the bed down. Silver did dig through the ground to get to the spawner, Silverfish spawner. But I mean, there some of the completions start rolling in. 15, 10 people
Yeah,
left.
there we go.
And Silver, oh my god, his leaves burn bridging to the cords. He has to
Wow.
re-bridge the cords. Oh my god.
Crazy
A little bit
stuff.
of a shimmy down here. The problem is, Nerdy, his dragon isn't dead. It's not like he died falling off of the 0.
Right.
He
Yeah,
has
that
to
would be
full
much
bow.
more
I
fair.
think it's oh my god, and he broke his first portal, so he's in a weird spot now. He has to realize that he's not in starter. Yeah. I think it's over for Silver here. And
Not over,
potentially
to be
for No
clear.
Fear.
Just 1 mark.
I mean, the fact that he's got to figure, oh my god, nice clutch. The fact that he's got to figure everything out, like oh my god, surely he has enough. This is just a situation and a half.
Nothing going right. Nice clutch though, at least there.
I mean,
with the
yeah,
boat.
four people left now. Four completions left. I don't think he can do it. I mean, look at this, Nerdy. Like, what did he enter back with? Like string? I think is the only thing he thought he needed string. Yeah, but he'll realize watching it back later that he had the crossbow ability. And we have 2 completions left. No Fear needs a perch. Needs to be one of the 2 players to finish the seed. He's on a mark already, or one of the 3 players. It's 26 completions, not 27, by the way, chat. The number is a little off for the players remaining. We had some people. Okay, apparently it is 27. I was just told by Big Boss that it is 27. So we have 3 runners worth of room. Problem is Silver has no beds either here, you know what I mean? So he has to full bow and then like 3 cycle. That's the rough part. And gets 1 perch. 2 more people have to finish. No snap yet for No Fear either. Silver's got to run in here, not die. But again, I mean, it's just like 3. He just needs like 3 cycles almost. I mean, you can bow the dragon a little bit, but it's not going to save you that much. No Fear needs this perch. Is that the movement back there? Doesn't look like it. But there's still 2 people left, Nerdy.
There's still 2 people left.
It,
I will
there's
say
somehow
one thing. This is a really hard 0, and if I'm entering the end soon, I'm going for 0. So I can see more people messing up.
1 person left, and he can't get
One
it on this
slot.
cycle. He needs another perch, man. And I don't think. I mean, Retropod can get a perch. No Fear can get a perch. Is No Fear our 27th completion? Does he barely squeak through here? We literally have no idea. Is that enough? Is someone going to finish in 10 seconds?
Let's see.
Oh my God, he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
And with that,
it takes
No Fear
27th
is
place,
eliminated.
and he's out.
Oh, that's devastating.
That's the mark. That's the second mark. Wow.
That is devastating.
Crazy marks from a couple runners there. I mean, Silver almost making it back, and if it's not for that 0, it took him 7.5 minutes to get back and almost finish the seed. So like there was that much room on that seed. He was potentially on sub 9 pace hitting that 0, and our last completion came in at 16 minutes, which is just crazy.
Wow. That is wild stuff. Absolutely wild. And yeah, we're gonna have to see who's still remaining. But seeing No Fear go out there is definitely surprising, you know. And wow, yeah. I mean, this is going crazy. I mean, there's so much to keep track of, but
yeah,
it is slowly starting to become more digestible as we get through, as you know, the player count decreases, and yeah, that was definitely intense. We saw, yeah, Silver got a mark there. No Fear out. That was, I think Parker got a mark as well. That was just a brutal
yeah.
A brutal round. I mean, so many people. I mean, really, to me, what that came down to really was, it seemed like that 0. That 0 seemed to be the problem, because that whole game we saw. I mean, not only were, you know, some of these notable names getting marks, but I think for me the big thing was the lack of speed. We saw people just slowly coming in, just very, very slowly. There were little bits where it was like quick, you know, successions of people. But for the most part, that had to be the hardest seed. At least,
Yeah.
maybe it's just the 0. Maybe it's the Stronghold as well. I think was very, very challenging.
Yeah, I think it was the Stronghold and the 0 as well.
Yeah.
I think we can throw it to our bracket for a little bit here. We might actually be busy counting up the marks and the Jazz. But I think we can throw it to the bracket, Nerdy, if you want to just, again, talk about our top 8. And I'm going to try to figure out a little bit about these marks before we get into our next seed.
Yeah, so here we have, once again, our top 8. These are the people that just, for those that were not here at the beginning of the stream, these are the people that made it into top 8 in season 3 of ranked. And what we're going to see here is everyone that the top 8 of this tournament will be placed against the top 8 of the ranked 3 season, if that makes sense. So, for example, if for the first place of this qualifiers will be placed to go against, will be placed in the 9th seed against Danny Boy there. And the 16th place of this tournament will be seeded against Raul. And so it's going to be interesting to see where who makes it, and also where they are placed. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one.
Exactly. I'm trying to figure out this silly mark thing here. But we are getting our list of players for the next room. Looks like we narrowed from 53 people down to 37. We had 16 full eliminations out of the 26 players that got a strike. So we have 37 people left.
So that means that we're gonna have 18, I believe. 19? I don't know if it rounds up or down. I think it rounds up. 19 people that can make it in this one. So again, we'll be looking for the top 20. Anyone that you see, I'm just going to keep repeating this just to make it as digestible as possible. Anyone that you see in the list is safe. So even if they have a mark, whatever, anything like that, if you see them in the list, in the top 19 of this list, for the next round, they're still in. Anyone who has one mark right now is still in. Anyone who has 2 marks right now is still in. Or sorry, anyone who has 1 mark right now is still in. Anyone who has 0 marks is still in. And people who have gotten 2 marks have been eliminated. And then anyone who is in the bottom half will get another mark, and we'll just keep going from there until we reach a top 8. So hopefully this makes sense.
I'm looking at the list right now. The players that have 0 marks currently: Quist, Mr. Budgie, Automat, Bing Pigs, Aline, Papler, Anju, Balloons Killer, Crow Pro, Biased, Taffel, and Temp GD. Everybody else who you are watching has 1 mark, and it is their tournament seed life back against the wall until we get to top 8. Sorry we don't have a better way to publicize this. I made this Google Sheet 30 minutes ago, so we are figuring it out. Did I miss a few? No, that was people who have 0 marks. There are a lot of people still playing. Oh, I did miss a few, actually. I did scroll completely past Molly G, Wallow Yoshi, and Ludlow. I did miss 3 people. Sorry. That is true. Where's the Google Sheet? It is set to anybody who can view can edit, because we are panicking and figuring out a solution. So I am not sharing it with you guys because we weren't supposed to be using a Google Sheet in the first place. But I will keep you guys updated. But it is working fine, guys. We're figuring it out. We knew the quals were going to be scuffed, but we're working through it. We're still watching some fucking amazing Minecraft. Some nail biter seeds. I mean, literally no fear lost by what, 3 seconds? Just out. Entire ranked.
That's crazy.
That's a player that could win the whole thing.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you're right that from that perspective, like losing by 3 seconds is, whatever. It's so crazy. But to be fair, I mean, he did forfeit an earlier match, so it's not like it was like one singular, tiny mistake.
He did.
It's not just one thing, right? You do have to get 2 marks. So I think it's important to recognize. I mean, at the end of the day, the simple truth of the matter is this tournament is just very challenging. I mean, it's very hard to stay this consistent for this long. And I think any player, no matter how skilled they are, and we know No Fear is insanely talented. We know a lot of the other people who have already been eliminated are insanely talented. And the people who are going to be eliminated in the future subsequent rounds are also very talented. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, these very skilled, very practiced runners, it's not, there's RNG that can happen, right? There's, personal like tiredness or nerves or anything like that can happen. And it's a tough tournament. I think the qualifiers in a lot of ways are kind of harder to some extent, I think mentally, than something like the bracket, because the bracket is very focused. It's very,
and in the bracket, what seed you're playing too. That could be just a little bit like there is the pick ban system, the seed you're playing, and you also know a lot about the other runner you're playing. Not like, again, it's very different as opposed to like a game, I don't know, like Valorant, where you can like VOD review the other team and like anti-strat some of their rounds. Like you can VOD review Silver and it's like, okay, well, he's going to be fast. Like, what am I going to do about that? Like, there's no counter. You can't do anything about it. But you do, like you said, it's a little more, I feel like the qualifiers could be more stressful in certain situations.
It's a little bit more of a deviation from regular ranked games than, at the end, because at the end of the day, 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 up to 100 is different than 1 versus 1. And that's what the bracket is, right? The bracket is just 1 versus 1. Whereas this is, you're going against, well, in this case, 77 other people down to just 8. So it's just a different format. I don't know, like statistically, if you have to play differently. Like I don't even know if it really changes that. Um, I'm not really sure, but I will say that it certainly does make it a little tricky. One thing also
Yeah.
that's important to note that is different here. One thing that you can do in a ranked game, because in ranked, you get information about the other player. So you
Yeah.
know when they enter the bastion, you know when they enter the fortress, and you can use that to change the way you play. So if you're confident that someone died, and maybe you're entering the end, you don't need to go for that risky 0 or something
Yeah.
like that. There's no reason to. It's incorrect. If you see that the person's still in the bastion, right? I mean, you might go for it if you want to, but it probably is correct to just not go for it there. In this game, and I think part of the reason why we saw that uh, so many people going for the 0 last time, is you don't really have that information because it's more
Yeah.
nuanced, right? It's more
You have no idea
complicated.
like where you just know the fastest player. You have no idea who like where 2 through 25 is. Like
Yeah, and so I think it kind of means that you can't use any of the information really. I mean, maybe a little bit. Like you can know like am I behind other people?
yeah.
Am I like minutes behind the person who just won or the person, or there is, so it's not like no information, but the information is definitely more nuanced and hard to kind of make decisions based upon in the qualifiers. And so I think that is one reason why the qualifiers are tricky.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
is
think
is just for that.
our Yap timer is almost out. I think we're ready to get into seed 4. It is, I think, seed 4. Yeah. Couple Silver practicing. No Fear is doing regular resets. We'll get him off the screen in just a second. um, we will figure it out. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's only, I think, maybe 10, 15 people without a mark.
Yeah.
So this is the last seed potentially for a lot of our qualifiers participants. A lot of people that you'd think wouldn't be on one mark. Silver. I mean, a lot, and No Fear, like we said, is just out. He's on the wall.
Yeah.
We will switch the seeds over in just a bit. We are still in the process of trying not to break everything, guys. So give us a bit. There we go. Switch it off. Dub. Another BT overworld nerdy. I mean, they are the
Lots
most
of stuff
common.
here. I mean, look at that. 17 iron, 4 diamonds, 1 TNT, 4 I mean, Jesus Christ, that is one of the best BTs I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know where the enter is going to be on this seed, but these BTCs are what runners are going to be most comfortable with. But there's going to be a lot of nerves from a lot of players knowing that you have one mark. And especially now, I mean, there are less people playing, but you'd think that like people who have 2 marks already are generally, I mean, just the worst players, like in terms of speed, right? Like that's why they're out. It's because they were slower on the other seeds.
Right.
Now, was that because you died or got unlucky, or are you genuinely just a slower player? I don't know. But this is only top 20. So there is more pressure than, seed 1, seed 2, top 40.
Silver messes up the portal. I cursed him from last time.
It's okay. Surely needs to have that mental bounce back from the fiasco that was the last seed. But honestly, if I'm Silver, I'm trying to look at the positive, if there's a positive to last seed, and think about the fact that you were so far ahead that you messed around for 7 minutes and still almost made it back. Like that's the gap that Silver's working with here. Now,
Yeah,
obviously,
that's a good way to
that
think
last
about
seed
it.
was different, but I mean, he had a 3.5 minute gap on seed 2, a 7.5 minute gap that he couldn't fully use on seed 3. So he's just got to play his game, play safe, play smart, and hopefully sneak into that qualification. But we'll see.
And here we are.
There's a lot of different ways you can route this housing too. This is interesting. We see Silver going to the manhunt chest and starting a manhunt route on this lava floor, so it has to build these pigs around. A little scary sometimes as well. Whereas Balloon's heading to the top, starting a top-down route, and we can also see some runners maybe opt for mid-down as well to start trades as quick as possible. Just very unclear in a lot of situations what the best route is. Personally, I would probably do mid down. Could also see people try to do backside housing. Not really the best situation for that, but you do kind of enter from the side, the back. It'll be unclear until we see who enters the fortress first. We will see. I don't think they saw it either on the way. So gonna probably see a pyrite, but I mean no one's pyrating, so I must have just missed it. These runners must have seen the fort at some point. But yeah, I mean, we'll just see. Nothing crazy to really speak about here. Everyone just doing a classic housing routes. It
Pearl
will
Hang's
let you
coming out.
change to peaceful, but peaceful just acts as peaceful acts as hard. So it doesn't really do anything. That would be funny. I did have that conversation a couple days ago in a call. Like if you switch to peaceful and accident on ranked, it would like insta forfeit you. Like you cheated. And you would
No,
just
I think I'm not insta forfeit. I think it should insta ban you. That would be good. You just get permanently banned from ranked if you accidentally misclick once.
Exactly. Looks like Silver rocking up to the fort. Not sure if he's going to be first. Room portal on the way. What's in this chest? Oh, it's not looting. Oh my god. Looks like he's not first to the fort though. HDMI cables. Nerdy, that was our first BT finder of Seed 1. Is our first fortress enter of Seed 4. Maybe it was a sign. But this is another SSV situation. You're going to have some BT food, but it's not amazing. You want to be careful about your damage still. Ghasts, Wither Skellies. Everyone's going to check this sword and be sad that it's not looting. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, it's all about getting lucky on these strays, making sure you don't die. It is what it is. Chat, we do know that Parker died. You're the 30th person to tell us. He's not on the main stream because he's not streaming on Twitch. He knew that beforehand. There's nothing we can do. It is what it is.
So Bloons here, the person to exit the nether first, last round, I believe. Maybe it was the round before that.
Couple seeds. Been a top runner in these quals for sure.
Definitely a good person to keep an eye on there. As we see Bing Pigs knocking off a few wither skeletons, getting some blazes here, and continuing onwards.
Yeah, trying to look here. Balloons does have no marks, which is very impressive. So has room to play with. Maybe playing seeds a little risky. I still think you'd try to play as safe as possible. You know.
Yeah.
You want to keep that buffer, but you do know maybe it's just better for the nerves too that you know you're kind of safe even if something goes wrong on the seed. You are safe.
But I mean, think that it could make you play too safe?
It could, yeah. I mean, it all depends on like what you think your pace is, how much stuff you think you can play slow and still be fine. You know, like for example, Silver last seed 7 minutes of time loss. But if you're someone who barely scraped by in that last seed and didn't really have like a death or anything else, like you do still kind of have to play full speed to keep that pace up. Don't have as much time to mess around with. Looks like Bing Pigs. Oh my god, straight. No. He was full health. He's gonna be fine.
Good clutch there from Bing Pigs, keeping his composure and luckily surviving the Wither Skeletons there.
Yeah, should be good. Looks like Silver's building his second portal. Might be the first I Spy message in chat. We'll wait to see on other people's screens if it is. I think it is, though. It 3 seeds in a row now. Silver first in the stronghold. Can he convert this seed as well? Silver's playing in Frangian. You'll see a lot of players play on different languages to search craft some things with the crafting book faster. There's not one language that's by far and away better than other ones, so you'll see a lot of different languages from a lot of different players based on what they prefer to craft the most often, what they prefer to, all that jazz. Is he sending the 0? It is short. This is a lot less mess-upable than a back 1 and 8. Probably going to go to 90 here. Had a little bit of a bad pearl, but he should be good by 1 rotation. Yeah, he's got some time.
Let's see it.
Don't know how many explosives he has, but he's got 3 anchors. Needs a low bed here, but that's good for KB. That was very disciplined. Not sending the high bed. And he's got 5 beds, 6 beds even. A couple anchors. I mean, this is a 6 bed even with a very burned 3rd bed there. And this is Silver doing what he does best, not choking the 0. Bounces back from last seed.
Yep.
And is this sub 9? No, it's not. 905, 6, 7.
Yeah,
907.
Great stuff.
Just sitting there waiting for it to happen. But we'll see how big this gap was this seed. I mean, HDMI cables in the portal room. Retropog currently nabbing. We're going to start seeing runners pour into the stronghold, pour into the end, pearl into the end, potentially. Pearl in the end. Yeah, sorry the stats are bug chat. Like we said, everything is scuffed. We're trying our best. We fixed the important things. Mully's offline. He told us his internet was having big issues. Australian moment. So happens. Oh my god, Retropog. Bad jump pearl. Doesn't need to send the 0. I think he's still going to. He has time. 4 pearls. This is going to be tight even on 90. With the jump throw, I think he should still get there with a rotation to spare, maybe half a rotation, but... Ooh, building on 87. Is that good? Is he going to send this? I mean, if you have enough explosives, I don't see why not. It really shouldn't fly. Nice discipline to go to 87, I guess, on the short tower. Something that you really wouldn't be able to get away with in real runs most of the time, but the ranked node is lower than usual.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I didn't see what happened.
God. He pearled.
Oh, he pearled. Oh my god. That's so devastating.
He just pearled into the block. Miss hotkey, miss scroll, offhand pearl apparently.
Oh no.
And now, I mean, you don't have 40 completions that you can work with. You have 19, and there's already 5 people done.
So,
and I don't think the dragon was I don't think the dragon was dead even. I think
no, I don't think at all.
I think Retropog's run might just be over.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I was just impressed by their 0. I thought that it was going well.
It was for a little bit. It was a good recovery in 87, but maybe there's just nerves there, right? Like figuring out like how you're saving the backup after you mess up a jump throw. Does Retropog have a mark?
That's a good question.
Retropog does have a mark. This might be his tournament-ending seed.
There's still a chance.
Aired. I mean, 8 completions.
Creeping away from him, though. Yeah.
I think the chance is over. Last seed, there was a lot of variance with that 0, a lot of variance with that stronghold, but here, it's kind of already over.
Right.
I think.
Right. 12th place has just been, and there's 13th.
Oh, and look at this, even going to second portal. Look at all these strays. 4 more completions available for players, and we're going to see a lot of eliminations here, I think, from people who already have a mark getting their second one. 3 people in the end on the right. Vmiz going for 0, has 4 completions to spare to hit this. But it's going to take 50 seconds for the dragon to die, even if the 0 is perfect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is it even enough if the 0 is hit? It literally is just up to how the other players do. It's out of your control at this point. 16 completion, Walu Yoshi, 17, 18, and it's done.
Big pain. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Like that quick, like mid-0, it's over. Croper in the end, Mark, 90 time in the end, Mark. Parker died in the Bastion, wasn't able to get back in time. Also out here. We'll have the info for you guys in a couple minutes, but a lot of eliminations off of this seed.
That was crazy.
Wow. I mean, definitely, I think not as difficult of a seed as last time, as the Stronghold and the 0. But it wasn't SSV Fort. You could run out of food on that seed. You did need to play the Nether with some sort of health accuracy there. And that took some runners' lives away, took some marks away, and eliminated some of our qualifiers participants. So we will have that list for you guys in a couple minutes. We'll have the updates. Wow, nerdy. This is crazy. Oh, this list is not correct, I don't think. Wait, maybe it is. How many people did we hold on. This is wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to think though. The list that we have is not correct. Oh, I know why. Might be good now. Our Excel sheet broke. Go figure. I think it's fine. Oh, I need it. No, never mind. I need to drag this down. Fuck. Now it's good. Now we're good. Now we actually have a good list. I was going to say there were way too little people. Now we should be good. Okay. Sorry. Scuffed. We're figuring it out. I updated it. We are, how many people did we have, Nerdy? 37? We are
37.
now down to 27. So 10 players there who were in the bottom 18, had 1 mark, and are fully out. We still have 7 runners, Nerdy, with 0 marks.
Right,
Automat.
Top 7.
Automat PF.
Wow.
His full username has been seen, I think, in season 1 and season 2 playoffs.
He never loses. He never loses.
Making it through the qualifiers both times, and the dude barely plays ranked. He's always got the funniest little stat cards, like 12 ranked games. He's like 12-0 with 12 games. Like he plays his placements, gets the top 100, and then just plays in the quals. And that's it. We got Bing Pigs at 0 marks. Common Face in the ranked playoffs as well. We have Eileen. Haven't seen in the playoffs before. Haven't really seen go far in the qualifiers yet before either. Anju, similar story to Eileen. Molly G, I think has been maybe in season 1. Maybe Molly G was seen in 1 playoffs, but maybe not as well. It gets a little fuzzy. That feels like such an eternity, Nerdy. 6 months ago.
So long ago, yes.
And then we have Walu Yoshi and Ludlow. Those are our 7 runners on 0 marks. We have 20 other runners on 1 mark, and 2 marks means you're out. So
27 remaining. So
27 remaining.
14
positions. We're going to have 13 runners get another mark. Potentially all 13 runners could be eliminated.
Yeah.
If it's all 13 people that already have them.
Crazy. That's crazy. And at least 6 people will be eliminated in the I guess best case, or like whatever. If you
it all depends on who gets marks. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know. I'm excited. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some big, heavy-hitting names in our qualifier players. Silver's still alive on 1 mark. Quist, we've seen in the playoffs before, alive on 1 mark. Beef Salad, people are asking, alive on 1 mark. Meeby, alive on 1 mark. Crow Pro's been in the playoffs before, alive on 1 mark. But a lot of new names, too, that we haven't seen as much before. Dolphin on 1 mark, I think, was the 10th place on the leaderboard. Hinart was 13th on the leaderboard, is still alive with 1 mark. Marin was 14th on the leaderboard, still alive. Sock Monkey, 15th on the leaderboard. Budgie, 17th on the leaderboard. All these players still alive. These top 20 demons, just outside of top 8, trying to sneak into the top 16 through the qualifiers. But we are figuring out our whitelist for the next room because we have to remake it every time because we'd like to think that everyone is an honest individual, but some people could try to sneak into the rooms even if they have 2 marks. So we try to, figure it out. Again, quals is scuffed. We're doing our best. We could throw it over to the bracket maybe for a couple minutes while we figure out the room and get the players situated. And we're starting to get a better picture here, Nerdy, of like these players that have 0 marks could see themselves slotting into this bracket.
Yeah, totally could just be
Automat could see himself in here again. Bing Pigs could see himself in here again. And again, some new faces, like I said as well. Aline, Anju, Wally Yoshi, and Ludlow have never played in a ranked playoffs, and they are currently probably maybe 3 seeds away, 4 seeds away, with a seed of mistakes to spare. It doesn't matter if you make top 8 in the qualifiers with 0 marks or 1 mark. You just have to make top 8, and you are into the main bracket. So they have some breathing room. They can make some mistakes, but they could just as easily lose the next 2 seeds and be totally out. Especially when you're playing against people like Silver, people like Dolphin, people like Quest. Silver's been in the Stronghold, the last 3 times?
Yeah, something like that, I believe. It's been, yeah, it's been, he's been doing very well. We keep talking about it, and I think some people in chat were saying like, oh, biased commentary. We wouldn't be biased if he wasn't getting first place every single time, except for, of course, the time where he died. That we ignored that, all right? That's the bias, all right? We ignored the time where he dies. That's where the bias comes in, okay, guys? All right, listen. That's how it works, all right? Yeah, Silver playing fantastic today. We've seen so many great runners though. I'm super impressed by, like you said, the people on 0 marks that have never made it to a playoffs. Okay, that is awesome. That is so cool to me. That is like my dream come true with this whole tournament, is seeing new faces in here that are doing amazingly well. And so yeah, I'm super happy to see all those new names. And I think that there's a legitimate chance that any of these people not only could make it to the playoffs, but there's a legitimate chance that a name that we've never even heard of before today could win the entire thing, right? Like that's how this tournament works. That's why it's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
I think it's also cool to see as well. I had an idea in my head and I just totally forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the qualifier chat. Our ref is actually telling the players the type of the seed, so that is something that is going to be similar to how it works in the playoffs. And we're going to get a Ruin Portal seed, Nerdy, for this overworld, which could be interesting. A lot of variation in Ruin Portal seeds, how much food you grab, how much extra materials you grab, and the more and more deep we get into this qualifier session, the faster you have to play. Now, there's 27 people, so 14 completions only. That's much different than 19. Even just those 5 completions that came at the end, I think it was maybe a 30-second gap, a minute gap between 14 and 19, probably like 30 seconds. But, that's a lot of time. That's like a full mechanical mistake or 2 that you're allowed to make in the last seed that you cannot make here anymore.
Right.
Just better quality of players, better speed, and I think we're going to get into the seed in just a minute. We can probably throw it over to this scene early. Maybe set up our 0 mark players. Give them some spotlight here. Oh my god. Big Feinberg. Oh, we're back. We are back. But we're ready in just a minute. Again, sorry it takes a while to manage the room. There's a lot of moving parts with a lot more runners. So it is what it is. We're getting into seed 5 in just a minute. Pog. We got Wally Yoshi.
Ooh, we got Aline on the screen.
And Aline. Yeah, Wally Yoshi and Aline both on 0 marks. Both
0 marks.
have
Nice. Okay.
Never played in the ranked playoffs. Dolphin was our rank 10 player in season 3. And Silver is Silver. So we got a good lineup of 4 players right here. Yes, Silver was seed 9. Yeah. Silver was 1 game away from top 8. which is
So
why
we got some good players here. Some good players for sure. Personally,
100%.
I'm excited. I really want to see new people qualify. So I'm very excited to watch Walla Yoshi and Aline here on the screen. That's going to be, for me, what I'm going to be focusing on in this match.
There's a room portal. While Yoshi has a piglin skin, that's kind of hype.
That is.
Is that looting? Is that looting? I didn't see. Oh, fire aspect. 12 golden carrots. Don't have to worry about food at all. No iron pick. Probably stone axe here. Probably get a few logs and then make your way back into the nether. Let's see. Not a silk touch pickaxe. It's always funny when there's a silk touch pick.
Yeah,
because you can
it's
either
always unfortunate.
craft a grindstone and grindstone it, which is actually easy because you get
Oh, true. Yeah, no, that does work. It's very funny, but that does work.
yeah, we will see. I mean, actually not that much variance in this room portal seed compared to some, as the food is very, very consistent and there's really no other places to go for your logs. So we're going to see a lot of players do the same exact thing, enter at the same exact time. It's just going to come down to the mechanics here.
I mean, look at that though. Wally Yoshi, first to enter. We were talking about Wally Yoshi earlier being on 0 marks, having not been in a playoff, and here on 0 marks still in first place in this round. So this is exciting stuff.
Yeah. Looks like it's treasure. This could get interesting if the runners don't see the fort. There's some tech you can do in rank to sort of increase your chances, playoff quadrants. Hopefully the fort is just visible. We will see. But these runners do also need to finesse some iron ingots. There it is. Iron pickaxe out of the first chest. There's actually pretty easy terrain there to get to that area. But then now the question is, what route do you do when you have this iron pick? Do you go down and re-aggro on the bridge, or do you just start trading up here? And I think the right play is to go down and trade or get the bridge block, because it is 2 extra gold blocks. You maybe need the trades, and it aggroes more pigs. I think it is just faster. And you get extra gold blocks. So potentially a misplayer from Yoshi, but it's a nice usage of the gold pick here to burn through these treasure blocks faster, getting the gold. Misses on both of the bottom backups. And yeah, it looks like a couple other runners on our screen here. Silver and Dolphin both doing the lower, or I guess going down to the bridge again before trading. But yeah, look at this. Yoshi, he's got 12 pearls, but there's only 20 gold left to trade. Very little gold blocks in this treasure. Potentially going to see these runners getting the other wall backups, and then maybe even need to get lower treasure backups. Not sure how bad these trades are going to be. And look at this, already a pearl hang set up because the fort was not spotted. So this is going to create a lot of variance potentially. This is always weird in a ranked 1v1 when you're in a treasure seed and you don't know where the fort is. Oh my god, netherite sword. Not actually that big of a deal, but I mean, it's good. Is netherite sword? No, netherite sword is not 10.
No, it is 10. It is 10. I swear it's 10. Is it not? No, it's 10.
No, netherite axe is 10. Netherite sword is 8.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, but sorry. I meant +1. I meant +1. Sorry.
Yeah. Netherite sword is 8. It's 8. It's 8. I was going to say, because netherite axe, you don't need to crit either hit. But netherite sword, yeah, I think you only need 1 crit.
I see. Okay, I misinterpreted.
He is making it. Wow. I mean, it is just going to be faster than the axe. Pretty hype.
That's
and
awesome.
while Yoshi's also got these backup blocks, yeah, this is going to create a lot of variance between runners, especially if you need the lower treasure backups. People who are going to go there first just to break the spawner 100% are going to have an advantage here. And it doesn't really matter too much because you do have that like leeway, getting top 14. You don't have to win the seed, but it is still scary because it is potential time loss, potential huge variance in the run. People are saying the fort is in the bastion. I'm confused. I have no idea where the fort is. We'll figure it out when someone gets in the fort. We will figure it out. Oh my god, the fort is in the bastion. I see it. What the
Oh
hell?
wow.
Yeah, so
Wait,
I guess if you
what?
go lower treasure, you see the fort.
Oh wow. So that could actually totally separate the runners. If
Yeah,
anyone
I mean,
chooses not to do it.
I think everybody's gonna go. What is Walyoshi doing? Piglin's out, free range, grass fed. What is
Oh
happening?
no.
Because he has 11 pearls only. Is this in a? Do you only get 12 pearls like the whole seed? I guess he hasn't gotten these side backups yet, but he got all the things on the bottom. Maybe you lose a trade somewhere potentially. Oh my god, if he gets hit in there, that's so bad. One of the piglins has his fire aspect sword. Dolphin heading to the fort on 12, and he's just not even in lower treasure at all. Must have seen this in some other spot. So we're building with an obsidian. Yeah, this seed could get dicey, I think. I don't know how many pearls there are, and I mean this is even bad, like if there even is a pearl trade. He gets one, 18. Okay. So if you trade every single gold block, you get a multitude of pearls. So some runners are fine, but it looks like a lot of runners are also playing off of, yeah, look, Silver's got to go back and get these extra blocks. This is, wow, this seed is crazy. There's so much variance. Where's Walyoshi going? Did he not see it in bottom treasure? The seed is bad? I mean, the seed is rough, but everyone's playing the same seed. Everyone gets the same info. Making you play outside the box. And he's back into lower treasure. Back into the fort. Split counter at bottom is not working, but we cannot fix it. It is what it is. This is a true ranked seed. It's just going to depend. Who's got pearls? Yeah, look, Silver's got 15. If runners trade every block, they're going to be fine. A stack of wool, someone said? I mean, I guess you traded what? The entire lower treasure, all the backups, everything, and got unlucky on pearls. The enchantment on sword? Is it KB1? I think it might be.
For some reason, I thought.
No, it's not KB1. Unbreaking one. I knew it was a one, bro, and I couldn't think of something. And I knew it wasn't 2 words. So I knew it wasn't sweeping edge, and then I couldn't think of anything else.
Well, it's okay. You got the right idea.
Live Feinberg thought process. Some crazy straights for Walyoshi here. Not sure if someone has blinded yet. I don't think I've seen the message in Walyoshi's chat. Dolphin looking like he's ready to go. Silver might be ready to go soon. 4 rods, 5 rods. Walyoshi could be first. See if it pops up on other people's chat. People saying that someone has blinded. CrowPro has.
Okay. So it's weird with the blinding, though, keeping in mind as compared to other splits, of course, because you just might have less rods, right? You could blind on two rods, and someone could blind
if you're
on
overlapping
6,
on a spawner.
Like, yeah. So it's very that split is always one that, you know, if you're new to ranked, you should take for granted, or not take for granted, but sorry, take with a grain of salt.
Yeah. No, I got it. You're good.
You got it.
Rare ranked cave blind. It's a high Y level cave, so it still puts you in it, I guess. A low Y level fort. Looks like Silver's heading to Chords though. Looks like someone else got into the stronghold, perhaps. Missed it on a chat message. We'll see. I mean, again, 14 players, so there is still going to be wiggle room. I mean, even in the last seed, you know, when you have to be like top 6, top 8, that's still some wiggle room. You don't have to be the fastest player, but the quality of these rooms are only going up after every elimination. So
True.
It does get harder. Silver building his portal. Is he first in the stronghold again? I don't know. Oh my god, he missed. He's at Y11.
Oh no.
Did he fully miss?
Yeah,
or is it just too low and didn't snap? I'm scared. I feel like he fully missed.
I didn't see his numbers, so it's hard to tell exactly, but...
Oh my god, I think he flipped his X.
You think?
I think his X is negative right now while Yoshi's building it at positive.
Oh.
His X is negative 364. I think while Yoshi's going to be at positive 360 when he comes out. He is. Silver's
Oh,
700 blocks away from the stronghold. That might be it.
Silver might be out, like out, not just out of this round, but out of the entire
It's like
tournament.
it's a 2-minute mistake, I think. With perfect terrain, he's got pearls. You have golden carrots, but that's 750 blocks plus a dig up, plus another dig down. As there's people already in the end.
Oh wow.
I mean, again, I think it's just quals being a different environment. That's like a 0.1% mistake that Silver makes, that any runner makes, like flipping a coordinate just barely ever happens. But the additional nerves, the additional pressure from quals, is this zeroable though? It is back tower. He's gonna have pearls for it. While Yoshi's sending this 2 pearl, I think he's gonna hit this. And yeah, a lot of people may be left on 12. It's not over. He needs to keep pearls for 0. It flew on low.
Oh my god, it's just a disaster for everyone.
So maybe it's not zeroable. He has to crank the height. No one's finished the seed yet. And Silver's in an ocean. Already flipped his chord. He's at 0 on the X in just a few seconds. It might not be over. But it is not a good situation.
This is by far the worst performance we've seen by Silver. As far as just, well, I mean, maybe the 0 was a worse mistake, but I feel like the 0 is more understandable,
Yeah, look on tab. No one finished. Wow. We're 11 minutes into the seed. This might be the first
crazy. Silver might get lucky here. This would definitely be a bit of a fluke, you could say, if he manages to squeeze by in this time.
No perch for Wayoshi. Weird 1-8 movement. Is the dragon going to snap on the comeback? No, it gets the fireball. Rare 1-8 movement on that back node. No perch. Again, though, in the end, cranking this perch timer down, and nobody has finished the seed.
There we go.
No, I think he did that on purpose. Oh, V-Strid. New challenger at rank 1.
There we go.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
And look, Silver's digging down. So he's got, at best, probably a minute and a half. At best. While Yoshi missing another perch, and the other 2 players on our screen in the end also waiting for a perch. But look at this. 3-4. 3 people on our screen. 5, 6, 7. Hinard there, number 5. So it's going to be close. Hits a library as well. It's going to be close, man. It's still far away from perfect. And Silver's got to hit this nav. Is it here? It is here. He finds it. Can he hit this back 0? It did fly pretty early, I feel like, for Wayoshi. But he's got 3 pearls instead of 2. He's got 5 beds. He's got 2 anchors.
Let's see it. Does he go for it?
Gonna throw that pearl. It's in the back, so he's got to get around this tower.
Completions left.
Apparently it flew at 91. He's got to crank to 95. Gets stuck in the cage. Is he going to crank to 95?
Well,
no, it's gonna fly for him. It's gonna fly for him, and he's placing 2 anchors, and he's gonna blow up a bed. So he's gonna have to hit a 4-bed as well.
Okay, well, Silver can hit a 4-bed.
Yeah, I know, but the point is now he has to wait for a perch. Number 9, while Yoshi's gonna be 10, gonna be 11.
Oh man,
3 people.
Silver's got to get some luck here. It's down to that,
and he's just got to hit a fast perch. He can hit the 4-bed for sure. He's got 49 spare wool, but not enough wood. He's just 3 people between him and missing Season 3 playoffs. 2 people now. And he's at least 30 seconds away from completing this seed. Even if this is the perch movement, which it might be. It might be.
Oh, that looks like a perch to me.
It might be. Oh.
It's not.
Oh! Is it the same perch for everyone? Are we hyping this up for nothing? I don't even know. That's the 13th completion in chat, and it's over.
Silver's out. Unfortunate.
Wow. Our Season 1 first place, our Season 2 second place, has now missed the playoffs entirely due to a failed 0 and a coordinate flip off of a calculator. That's insane.
Those are devastating mistakes there. I mean, he played exceptionally well, of course, in the
I mean, he was
rounds
first in the
before.
stronghold for like
Yeah.
3 seeds in a row, but it was just
It didn't matter though at the end of the day.
two mistakes. They were just the biggest possible mistakes
Yeah.
that he could have made.
And you only get 2 chances, essentially.
Yeah, and that was it.
So, I mean, yeah, and there's yeah, so who do we have left? Who is still in?
We're gonna need to get that Google Sheet cranking, but it looks like we have 17 people left out of 27.
Okay.
So out of those
Okay.
13,
Okay.
out of those 13 L's, 10 of them had 1 mark. The 4 players left that have 0 marks, Automat's still on 0 marks, Bing Pig's still on 0 marks, Anju and Walyoshi both still on 0 marks. So we have 2 names we've seen before, 2 completely new faces. Molly G took a mark, Ludlow took a mark, and Aline took a mark. So for 3 of those players, their safety net is gone, but it's still there for 4 players, Nody. And when there's 17 people left, I mean, what? 8 people could get a mark? Or 8 people are going to get a mark on the next seed?
Yeah.
And that could be it. Like, it could be over. I mean, there's at least 2 seeds left because that would bring it down to 9 people. But like, this 1 seed like clutch that they have, or like the wiggle room that they have, is means more and more the later we get into the qualifier session.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, almost came back to on both of those seeds that he made those huge mistakes on. It's just 1 small mistake, but I mean, it was literally 7+ minute mistake on the failed 0 and a 5-minute mistake on flipping the chords. Maybe not 5, maybe like 4, but like, you know what I mean? Just crazy. That's not where you want the mistake. You want the mistake to be like, oh, I misplaced my obby at the start of the seed and then have to reset the overworld. Or like I throw a bad pearl and have to 100 reset or something. Yeah. It's just missed by 700. And it's just, that's all I could do. It is what it is.
Crazy stuff.
Can we see the bracket? We can switch it over to the bracket for sure to see what the top 8 is that we're working with here. And we are close to filling out the bottom 8. Only 17 people left in our qualifier session. And there are a lot of new names here. I mean, we'll wait. It can still shake up a lot, but there are more than 10 completely new names here. CrowPro has played before. Molly's played before. Bing Pigs and Automat have played before. I think that's it. I think there's only 4 names out of these 17 that have been in a ranked playoffs. So I think at minimum, we are going to be seeing 4 completely new faces in this bracket by the end of today, which is very, very exciting. Could this be the last match? We have at least 2 extra seeds left to play, potentially 3. We will see. But I think we're getting that room set up. Getting that code set up, getting the whitelist done. Looks like we're going to have a village overworld for this seed. Very interesting. Very Poggers stuff potentially. Some more decisions, different decisions that have to be made in the overworld. Food decisions, finding the lava pool. We will see. And we'll get into it again in just a couple minutes after we get the new room set up. Shout outs to the YouTube viewers.
Welcome.
Peepo YouTube. Yeah, YouTube to Twitch raid is an impossible feature. You guys are doing your best.
Yeah.
We are currently waiting to start seed 6. Potentially need, I don't know, maybe 8 seeds. And then we will be done. I'm not entirely sure. 7, 8. Still a little varied. We'll probably need a sudden death seed as well, which will be very fun. But we're getting that room set up. Probably gonna have a minute warning or a 2-minute warning soon. And Then we'll get into our Seed 6. Tell them about Prime. There's no way these YouTube viewers are going to have Twitch Prime.
I mean,
All right, guys.
you never know.
So if you have parents that have an Amazon Prime account, you should link that to your Twitch account. Because there's
what does that do? What does that do, Feinberg? Tell me.
You can give me money for free.
Yeah, it actually only works on Feinberg has an exclusive deal with Amazon, and so since he's like besties with Jeff Bezos, so it actually only works on twitch.tv/Feinberg. All right, so you can't actually use a Twitch Prime on any other channel on Twitch. So
oh my god, we
you might
got
as well,
3, dude.
you know?
We got 4, bro. We got
No,
4 primers. We got 5
snap.
primers, guys. You also get to dodge the ads today, and the ads next week and the weekend after for the entire playoffs. So it's actually good, and it's free, dude. This is so good. Listen, you know what's sad though? You know what's sad though is like I've been in big streamers like Tariq or something, or like Ludwig when he used to stream, or XUC, and like someone in call will like do the primers joke or something, and they'll actually get like hundreds of prime subs, and I'm like, damn, bro. I worked for a month to get these subs, and like their friend in call said it, and the entire chat is like flooded. But guys, thank you all for the subs. This is my job, and I only do it for the money. So
no, you slipped up there. Yeah. Feinberg.
These are the prime guys. Yeah, looks like we are ready to get this room started up. Just takes a while to get all the runners into different rooms every time. Set the seat up again, set the settings up again. We're working through the scuffed quals, same thing, qualifiers. Oh, I have a crazy thought. Nerdy, what do you think? This is so out of left field. This is crazy. I was thinking about this while I was sleeping the other day, and I was super happy that I actually thought of one of the words by myself. What do you think is the longest one-syllable word in English? What can you think of?
Rue is the first one that comes to mind.
One syllable word.
Worst.
I'll tell you, I got to 9 letters.
9 letters.
Yeah. Don't read chat.
Oh yeah, plurals is good. Fuck.
Plurals is good. I don't know if I would have ripped that. ED.
Okay. Okay, let me think about this. Well, okay, I did already read one chat. I think that was 8.
What'd you read?
I read strengths. Is that 7 or 8?
Strengths is 9. Strengths is
that
1.
The one you came up with?
Yeah. No, I came up with squelched because I was thinking, and I thought of like the Q.
Yeah, I guess.
Squelched. I thought of like the QU words. I thought of like square, and then I was just trying to think of like SQ because you're trying to get those like silent letters or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know, man. I spent a lot of time and I looked at it, and it's actually crazy. It's like debated. It's like longest dictionary words, and there's like a huge list, and then there's like all those words, and people are like, "Oh, this one's phony because it's like a chemical thing, and this one's phony because it's like words that are in the dictionary, but like no one ever uses them." So I think what the Wikipedia thing said is like, I can't even remember the word, but there's like a 20 character word that's like the longest word that you would like see in a news article, like in somewhat regular usage. Longest word with no vowels? I have no idea. I don't know, bro. Sorry, we're trying to fill yap time, guys. We got like 30 seconds till the next seed.
I think chat understands. You know, we gotta get into, you know,
banana nana.
Oh, there we go. Nice, we're ready.
Are these our 4 runners that don't have marks? Close. Big Boss said no. Maybe we can fill that up. Because that'd be cool to highlight. But surely we don't have the none bug when we switch.
All right, completions needed 9. Okay, so we're
close. This is scary.
We were close to. I think it doesn't ever go lower than 8 though, right?
No, it would go lower than 8 because like if we have 12 people left, then we'll get 6. There'll be a sudden death seed. We'll
Like there
explain
would
it
be
more
like,
when we get to it.
okay, sorry, I misinterpreted.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
thought
good.
that it would go. I
We'll
thought
we'll
it
get
wouldn't go
to
lower than
a.
8.
It will. We'll get to a sudden death seed. It's been a while since we were on the quals, nerdy. I forgive you.
It's. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat. I apologize for my lack of knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
True.
Knowledge. Blacksmith seed, diamond pick, and bucket. Don't need to kill a golem. This is awesome. Gonna need to find the enter though, which is
True.
interesting. And it's
Village
like, how many
sheep
beds
bars.
do you get in the village? How much food do you get? Stuff like that. Looks like Automat's grabbing 4 emeralds. Buy an Iron Axe, buy an Iron Axe. Trolling. Unlucky. That could be the play though.
Yeah.
The seeds are pre-selected, they are pre-filtered, they are pre-scouted to be playable, but they are not always immense W world record quality, as we've seen a couple seeds ago, taking 16 minutes for the last completion. Did you just see what Automat did? Did you see that? He tapped the lava to send the hot stuff advancement to everybody's chat and just
Oh my god! I didn't even. I was
isn't
confused
going
why he
in.
was doing that because I noticed.
That's actually
That's so giga chat.
top 1 qual play, because now you're thinking like, okay, is he trolling or did he find the enter so quick? Like what is happening? And it's like, is he wood lighting? Like you have no idea. But someone is in the nether. Hinart's in the nether first, so it is a troll. But it's gonna make the other players think. It's
Right.
just it's a silly troll, and it could work.
I love
man.
it. No, I love it. I love it a lot. That's fantastic. And they don't even hear any of the other.
Yeah, you can't see
other,
anybody else.
You have no idea.
Yeah. But he does find the lava pool. This is pretty findable lava pool. It is just kind of the only direction you're going in the plains here. And it looks like this bastion is really close. And I think I saw the fort right next to the stables here. So Hinart was first in the bastion, which makes sense because they were first in the nether.
Very
Funny how that
fast
works.
seed potentially here. Let's hope for the best from the stables.
Worst bastion. There's been 24 world records and not one of them has used stables.
Listen, I mean, I've always.
What do you mean? Listen, that's.
Listen, no, I was gonna say,
just sucks.
I stand by my hatred for treasure. Okay, and
what?
And stables.
What?
Stables.
There's no way you're picking stables over treasure. You are crazy.
Listen. I always have thought stables is the coolest bastion as far as like it is the one
Design?
that is the highest. No, sorry, it is the one with, in my opinion, the highest skill ceiling.
Oh, Dolphin's dead. Wow.
Things like ranked, because there's so much variation.
So much decision.
And
That's fair. I see that. I see that.
Not like a route. It's like you have to make the route.
I see that.
That's why I like it a lot from that perspective.
That also is probably why it is so bad in regular runs too, because.
Okay, as far as like actual like pace, it's probably slower, but like I just enjoy the process that runners have to make, decisions have to be made, and I think that's what makes RSG good. Like I feel like stables to me, it encapsulates what makes RSG good. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like the other bastions to me are more like set seed, insofar as them being. I mean, they're not set seed, of course. There is variation, but
yeah,
I feel like to me, stables represents RSG the best, is what I'm trying to say.
I get it. Oh my god, Automat missed his gold throw. These piggies are bouncing around at the top here. And I think, like I said, this fort is like maybe 2 pearls away. So it looks like Hinart might be. Oh, he's semi-whip pearling. Okay, makes sense. They all are on the same seed. They all get the same exact RNG in terms of drops and rates and everything. So it all comes down to player skill, except for the luck parts. But it's mostly player skill. Automatic grabbing the backups here. It looks like Wally Yoshi's first in the fort here and just is immediately faced with multiple Wither Skellies. Not a blaze on his screen. 3 more Wither Skellies has to dance around, and that's going to be it for his strays as the rest of this fort's enclosed. But he's got that lead getting into the fort. Did he hit a zombie piglin? No, I think they were meant at a skeleton potentially. Let's see. Automat's still in this gap here. And again, like you said, there's a lot of variation in when you're checking the chests, when you're getting the backups, when you're pearlinging. There's a lot of skill expression and variation in the stables, which makes it a cool bastion for ranked. I think you're right, Nerdy. Automat is going somewhere. That's what he was doing. Okay. Makes sense. Definitely could have left that gap in a much better spot, but it is what it is. And wow, nice clutch on the freaking 1000 FOV that he's got Soul Speed 3 with Quake Pro. But it is RTA based timing, so it does make sense as to why he's not changing his FOV. Oh my god, a Blaze Bed from Henart getting lava as well. It's so hard to watch, everybody. So difficult. Automat finds a spawner. If you play different spawners, I think you get different blaze spawning patterns. I'm not sure. But there's a lava in the ceiling for Automat on spawner 2. Looks like Ludlow is the first player to blind. Not sure how many eyes they have, but it could be just by far and away the best pace. Because again, especially if you're at a spawner, you can be sitting there and building your first portal early to overlap that blaze spawner waiting time, especially if there's lava flowing here too. That's another thing you can overlap in portal animations and building the portal. What isn't standardized? I know strays are not standardized. I'm not sure if both spawners have the same standardization. I know 0 is standardized, but I'm not sure about the entire end fight as well. There was very similar dragon movement on the seed that Silver lost last time. But I'm not.
You know what isn't standardized, as Feinberg has coined? Brain RNG.
Yeah, all the mental
Random
decisions. I mean,
little decisions that you aren't necessarily
oh my god,
wrong.
he broke his portal.
Things like that are definitely not standardized and cannot be, of course. Things like, choosing to go right instead of left when there's no clear indication that you should go right instead of left, or whatever. Things like that definitely do add up sometimes, unfortunately, but pretty rare. And I would say things are pretty well balanced, pretty fair overall.
Yeah, looks like Automat's got to mine 6 obby for this second portal. And a lot of runners doing home portal here. Looks like Ludlow is heading to the stronghold already, though. Building second portal on cords. Didn't flip the cords. He's in the stronghold first. Ludlow, one of our unknown runners to the playoff scene, has a mark. So very important that he finishes this seed quick and insta-finds that portal room. Let's go.
Main screen here for Ludlow.
5 beds, 1 anchor, it looks like. It's buried. Kind of. Oh, it is, like, a lot. Oh, messed up the pro clip. It gets just a little weird there because of the open terrain, and I think that's going to not be a 0. But again, they're the only player in the end right now, so I don't think it matters. I think you can fully wait this perch out. And I mean, it is only 9 completions, but I think you should just be good.
Yeah.
Being first.
No, you should
maybe
be
if it was, 8th into the end or 10th into the end.
Sure.
Could be different. But Ludlow should be fine with this completion.
So is it I didn't catch it. Oh no. Okay. They have an anchor set up, right?
They have 5 beds.
Okay.
There's not
5. Oh, they just have 5 beds? Okay, they just put okay.
Yeah. That might be the perch movement that they saw.
Yes, nice.
Gonna be wait, Henart just died? I'm so confused. What just happened? I saw they were in the portal room and now they're dead. Chat, I missed it. I'm watching this 1 cycle. Top right blew themselves up. Henart took a entire death? And they have a mark.
Oh, that's
sub 10 from Ludlow. Clutch gaming. And Sakuma, oh my god, 3 seconds behind only. Maybe he zeroed that seed.
Yeah.
Which
now
is some of that.
Papler and
time,
Walioshi in this.
Yeah, we'll see. Bloons Killer entering the end. Automat heading to second portal chords. Mining all of the obsidian just wasn't the play. It looks like 3 people already done with the seed by the time Automat's even going to be in the stronghold. And is that enough, right?
Right.
Is he even one of the fastest 6 players left? I don't know. We see 3 other people in the end already. So he's at least fourth.
We know Automat does have no marks, right? So
does have no marks.
So it is
okay.
Take an L.
Yes. I think there's at least 4 people in the end. Our stats thing is broken, so it's impossible to fully know. But I think there's 4 people.
Oh,
nice little wormhole. Yeah, a little bit of a wormhole, man, but it works. And I think he's just got to go. I don't even know if you have time to prep 0. I think he's going to do it. Or maybe he's prepping for half bow. I'm not sure. I think you just kind of need to get into the end here. No, he's prepping it there. Papler,
place.
4th completion. Bloons Killer getting approached. Walioshi Dragon's dead for him, so that's 5-6.
Oh,
Beef Salad sneaks in there, so that's going to be 7. Automat's going to have to send this 0. Oh my god, it messes up the Pearl Clip again. Another player messing up the Pearl Clip. Just weird, like, air blocks there.
2 left.
I mean, you gotta go low here and just hope you hit it, right? Oh, and he's going to pull out. Not a good Pearl there.
Ooh.
But again, Automat has 0 marks. It's not good that he's losing the seed, but he's not going to be out. I mean, maybe he is one of the 2 people to finish the seed. I really don't think he will be. I think there's just been people that have been in the end. We'll see. Yep.
There is 8.
1 completion and you're bowing. It's going to be at least maybe 40, 50 seconds.
What are the odds that someone does not complete?
No, yeah, there's no way.
It's just not going to happen. Aline,
though. 9th. I think Walioshi might be our only 0 mark player that finished that seed. Bing Pigs maybe as well finished the seed. No. Bing Pigs did not finish the seed. I think Walioshi is going to be our only 0 mark player heading into the next seed, which means I think, Nerdy, we have 7 eliminations, if I'm correct, and we're going to be down to 10 people is what I think is happening. We'll get a little bit of an update in a bit once we get this sheet done. But yeah, no, we have 12 people left because we had 17, 8, 5, 12. I'm confused. 9. Yeah, it'll be right. I trust it. I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think it's right. Well, I think we have, 12 people left? Walioshi, the only player with 0 marks? It doesn't make sense in my head, but maybe I'm just silly. Oh, no, because 3 people. No, because then there's, 5. No, I just did the math wrong. It's right. I'm stupid. And I know it's right because, the Excel thing wouldn't be wrong. Yeah, so we have 12 people left. 1 person has 0 marks. So if there are 6 completions, Nerdy, that means there's going to be 6 people that are going to get a second mark and are going to be out. Or 5 people are going to get a second mark and Walioshi gets a mark. So we're either going to be left with 6 or 7 people through to the bracket after this next seed. And then we will have a sudden death seed to finish it off. So honestly, all of these players get to play at least 2 seeds. Because even if you lose this seed, you're going to be in that loser's sudden death seed. You know what I mean?
Right.
If these players top 6 this seed, they are in the qualifiers 100%. And if they do not top 6 this seed, they have to play in our sudden death seed to determine the final 1 or 2, depending on Walioshi. Walioshi is not already in. Walioshi could lose. Wait, is he already in? Wait, Walioshi is already in. Yeah, Walioshi is our first, because he's the only person with 0 marks. Walioshi is already into our bracket. If we want to throw it over to the bracket.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It does actually make sense when you think about it. Sorry, it's very confusing still.
We don't know the placement, I don't think, though, right? We don't know.
We don't know. The placement is based on their leaderboard placement on Season 3 ELO leaderboard at the end of it, where they were in the top 100. And Walayoshi was, if Silver was 9th, Walayoshi was 56th. So we're probably looking at... Well, no, okay, he's 56th, but out of the 12 remaining people, he has the 9th highest ELO. So we're looking at best, the number 5 seed, I think.
Something like that.
And at worst, the number 8 seed. So probably 6 seed, 7 seed, which would translate to the 15th seed, 14th seed. And that's scary, Nerdy. You pop into the bracket as the 14th seed, bam, you're playing low key. Like, what? Or bam, you're playing Oxy. Like, oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like we've said this before, but like I feel like pretty much anyone on this list is gonna be. It's not it's not like a good, oh yeah, I get to go against like any of these players are
no, I do totally agree with
players.
you. Like if I'm getting slotted into this bracket anywhere here, I'm not looking forward to even playing Danny Boy, who's the 8th seed.
Right.
Even if I get the highest quals placement, like I'm not looking forward to playing anybody. The skill level of runners, I feel like, has increased so much even in just the past 3 months, just gotten closer together. So yeah, I mean, we're getting ready to start up this next room code, getting ready to get into in the next couple minutes. Walayoshi is our first finisher. And honestly, okay, so wait, what does it do? If he gets in the top 6, then 6 people get a mark and are eliminated, and then the sudden death seed has 2 people playing for it. If he doesn't get in the top 6, he's still through, but then only 5 people get eliminated. And then there's 7 people into the bracket, and it's a sudden death seed where only the winner gets through. So it's honestly a cooler content thing if he throws on purpose. I don't think I want him to throw on purpose because it would be cool if he got through the whole qualifiers with no marks. Because I think we had maybe Retropog do that last season, or Retropog was close potentially. I'm not sure. But it would be very cool to get through the whole qualifiers with a mark to spare. But for the content, he should stop smiling at chat. For the content, he should
just stop. No, you're good. I'm not laughing.
No, you're fine. You're fine. This is normal.
It's just it's like the thing where like
it's like harder too because we're trying to be somewhat professional,
Yeah.
Like it's more than 0 normally, so it's just like
be professional. Yeah.
Looks like we got everybody into our last lobby, or a second to last lobby. We have a Desert Temple seed for our runners. Getting ready to go.
Desert Temple. All right, that's good to hear. I love desert temples. Feinberg is rigging this to be like to make more AA players is what he's doing here.
I do want more AA players. That'd be fun. We should do AA ranked. I should do an AA ranked tourney. That wouldn't work at all.
That would be good.
An AA ranked tourney, but you're not allowed to scout the seed. So the entire main tourney stream is just like whoever finds the bombs first just wins the game.
It would take like a year to get through, That would be good. I would enjoy that.
It'd be so bad. No, the AA tourney format where you can scout the seed for 20 minutes, the Not Very Frightening was really cool. I wonder if I could sub to a seed now. Because I don't remember what my PB was when I played that tournament, but my fastest time in the scouted AA tourney was at 2:24. And I'm already faster than that if you count Thunderless runs. So I wonder if I could get sub 2. If you're fully scouting the seed, it's weird. AA ranked. Plops you at a random point of run and you have to get 10 advancements. I don't know. What's the set seed record? I think the set seed record's like 137 or 136 or something. Stack of line wool ranked. True. True. Gonna get in this second to last seed in just a minute.
Should be good soon here. Is there anything we should go over? Anything we should explain? I'm trying to
No,
think.
just the fact that Yoshi's the GOAT and he is already
true.
qualified.
That's all you got to know. That's the takeaway from today.
We have 11 people on their tournament life, kind of, because they get to play the sudden death seed either way. But you have to get top 6 in this seed to make it through. Otherwise, it's wraps.
All
I
right.
don't know why it
here
says
we are.
13 players. Maybe. Do we really have 13 people in this lobby? Maybe I'm wrong. We should have 12. But that's okay. We'll figure it out.
And
Doesn't matter.
they're off.
We have a Desert Temple seed. I love all advancements.
Do ya?
How does the sudden
I didn't
death
know.
seed work? We will explain it when we get to it more. But it's because we're not going to end evenly on 8 people with 1 mark exactly. So we have to figure it out. Guys, the people that are still in that I have on my handy dandy spreadsheet, Sock Monkey, 747, highest ELO player still in. Automat, Bing Pigs, Aline, Beef Salad, V-Strid, Papler, Anju, Wally Yoshi, who's the only player with 0 marks, Ludlow, Bloons Killer, and no hacks, just Roblox. Those are our 12 players left, as far as I'm aware. 11 of them have 1 mark. It's not the last seed for any player. There will be a sudden death seed. Whatever the outcome of this is, we will have to play one. But if you win this seed, get top 6, that is your ticket into the Season 3 Ranked Playoffs bracket.
Wow. So exciting.
Is Yoshi actually playing AA? Should we get him off the mainstream? Is he doing the throw for content in a good way? I think he is. You can put him in the corner if you want, but I don't think he needs to be a main screen. I don't know if he's like listening to the mainstream and knows that I kind of like told him to play for content or something. I have no idea. But that was not very obviously not the play for speed on the seed. But it will make the sudden death seed more interesting and not like collusion or anything. So oh yeah, this guy's username does not fit on the thing, the like nameplate or whatever.
I mean, it's a fantastic username, so. I mean,
It is kind of an L though, because
make it
spelling everything correctly would be 17 characters, so they had to remove a letter, and that's or a number or a letter. Fucking hell! Why did I think letter was wrong? Oh my god. So does kind of an L.
Yeah, that's fair.
But looks like another stables nerdy. Are you excited or what?
I always love stables. I love seeing stables. It just makes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously they can suck, but I mean, maybe I should revise my earlier statement. It's not the best Bastion, but it is the most fun Bastion in my.
I do think though. I'd have to ask. Pac-Man would know this, but I think he's like looked at every single AA run Bastion type, like the overworld 1 Bastion, and it's such like a non-impact on the run because it's like a minute in the 2.5 hour run. But I'm pretty sure there's some dumb stat that's like there's never been a sub 240 run ever in AA that has like a stables or something. I don't know what it is. He'd have to tell me, or maybe it's treasure or something, but it's just something that makes no sense either. Which is like the fact that there's been 0 stables worlds records in 24 any percent records is just crazy. Because like back then, like when the world record was like 14 minutes, whatever, like there's no way that it would have mattered. Like it's just so unlucky. Like I remember, I
Yeah,
think the
I
world
mean,
record blind travel has been stables a couple times.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
maybe it is.
probably.
Maybe it is
Yeah, no,
some
no, that's
blind
definitely
stable.
true. That's 100% true. I
Well,
remember.
one of my blind world records was stables. That's why I remember. I don't care about anybody else. You know
Mm,
me.
true, true.
Feinberg's claim to brilliance in any percent having the blind world record for like a month. It was a stables gap. Yippee.
Listen, okay, is there anything faster in theory than
Single triple
a
stables?
god tier triple chest?
No.
Because like, yeah, that's gonna happen one day, and it's gonna be hype.
I mean, even a double triple stables is like a very consistent and fast route. It's just
It's rare, yeah.
rare to hit it in a seat. I think it's just so rare to have it be a good bastion. Whereas like you rock up to a housing and it's always good. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
I just think, okay, that's what I'm saying though. Is cool about it to me is it has the potential to be the best, and it has the potential to be actually useless. So I just think that's very cool. I mean, it's not like necessarily fun for gameplay, but for me, it makes it very exciting to watch.
Yeah. But we will see. It looks like Automat already in the fort. I'm not sure if he's first. Looks like Bing Pigs was potentially first there, but I can't really read whatever language that this is. I just couldn't even tell you. But Automat also there, and this is another insane SSV fort. Strays could end up mattering a lot. Again, all these runners are going to play at least 2 seed. Well, okay, not all of them, but like if you lose this seed, you're not out, even though these runners have a mark because of our sudden death seed. But the difference is, are you going to top 6 on this seed and qualify, or are you going to win outright the sudden death seed, which is a
Sure,
lot harder, in my opinion.
sure.
So we will see what happens. Oh my god, big magma cube. Dodged. W. Yeah, crazy straightforward. Oh my god, it's on the pillar. Oh, those guys are so silly, man. Just huge stray gaming from everybody, and it's like, can you stay alive, especially off of this weird desert temple food? Huge skill expression, a lot of luck expression as well, but dealing with a lot of this stuff, very skill based here. Have to, calm the panic, and I think No Hacks just Roblox handled those strays and those big magma
Yeah,
cubes really well. But 3 big magma cubes is just not the move.
it's just unlucky, really.
But they've all been handled, and now we're rewarded with 3 blaze hallway. W. Looks like these
Automatic
rates are not
blinding
bad too. Does
on
Automat have 7
7.
rods?
Automat's
Okay,
doing
cool.
great.
I think the rates probably pick up at the end because we were on 1 for a while on Roblox's screen, and we're still on 4 here. Stone Axe is hurting 2 compared to an Iron Axe, but it looks like no runners have made an Iron Axe. Maybe there's just no nuggets or ingots in the Bastion. Not sure. It is getting intense. The
Yes.
seed is coming to a close. People's bracket positions are going to become solidified after this match.
We will
We
have
will
to
see.
find out what happens here as No Hacks just Roblox gets the 6th rod here.
Not
Maybe
sure if you
getting
need
a
the
7th.
7th. Not sure what the breaks look like.
Looking at Automat here, I can't tell.
The point,
looking,
the reason why we have the sudden death seed, and we'll explain it more in between the break between the seeds, but it's because it's not going to evenly work out to there being 8 people left with at most 1 mark at the end of this
right.
seed. So it's the best way to figure it out. Automat is the first in the stronghold. Could secure his position in the playoffs bracket for a 3rd season in a row.
This has potential.
Got a curve right. Doesn't look good with that spike there. Maybe needs to go down mid. This could be it. Maybe a right turn here. This is where the spike was leading, but there's no light source down here. He's going back to try to re-preemptive here. Balloons in the stronghold as well. Papler I Spying as well. No, it's just Roblox building to chords as well. All these runners close, and it's just top 6. Not a lot of wiggle room at all to work with for anybody here. Who is going to find the portal room first? Is it someone that is just not even on our screen either? 8 other runners in the background here. And Balloons finds the portal room. 2i. Are we going to set up a 0? Automat's still looking. Poisoned by a witch as well. Crazy mob situation here compared to the God Strays in the Fortress.
Unlucky.
And it looks like someone entered the end. Beef Salad in the end. Maybe we can full screen him potentially. See if it's 0-ball. Caged. 56 with a diamond pick. You get a pearl clip. So we'll see. Is it 0-ball?
We have Balloons.
No, it looks like neither of these runners are going for the 0. I think it's Back Dragon with the pearl clip. High Tower. Half Bow versus Insta Perch versus Perch potentially for a lot of these runners. Is that an Insta? No. Imagine. It's going to come down to Perch RNG. I think the Dragon is mostly standardized. Let me see, actually. I feel like I have info on this potentially. It is not standardized in the private room settings that we are using. But maybe it just still is. I have no idea. I don't know how it works. It's going to be a Perch race unless runners are half bowing. Beef Salad gets a snap. Is this our first completion out of 6? Will he secure his spot in the ranked playoffs? Balloons Killer as well getting a Perch. And Beef Salad's our number 1. Secured a spot in the bracket. So has Balloons Killer. 2 names we have not seen before.
Yeah.
In the bracket. Papler 1 cycling as well. This is going to be our 3rd completion. Potentially 4th. Automat half bowing. 2 other runners on our screen in the end. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we're really only watching 11 people. I think Wally Yoshi is still playing AA. Papler gets 3rd. In the bracket. Another completely new name. B-Straight getting the Perch as well. Could be number 4. And then now we have 3 players on our screen. In the end, only 2 can make it off this seed. But wow, Andrew sneaks in as well in 4th, not even on our screen. V-Straight's 5th, and it looks like Automat and... Oh my god, look at this 1 cycle. At the same time, it's actually going to matter. Stream delay and beds and lag and everything. Automat's Dragon's dead. Oh my god, this is within like a second. This is crazy. I think it's Automat, but I don't know what delay.
I think it's Automat, but... Yeah, I think it's got to be Automat.
Wow!
No! Wait,
2 seconds. It is Automat. It's Automat.
Sorry. I thought for a second. Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
Wow. Automat
so close,
sneaks in, doesn't need the Sudden Death Seed. We do have a Sudden Death Seed. We'll give you more information on that in a second. But every runner that finished this seed is in the bracket. Beef Salad, Balloons Killer, Papler, V-Strid, Anju, and Automat are all in the bracket.
And then, of course, also Wally Yoshi.
Yes. Wally Yoshi was already in. Those are joining. So we have 7 people in the bracket out of 8. And we have a Sudden Death Seed to play.
Final seed of the day, chat. Are you guys ready?
It looks like Beef Salad. Where is he in our list? Beef Salad. I don't know. The seating is weird because we don't know where this last player is going to slot in. So we're not going to fill anything out on the bracket yet. We'll fill out the bracket in a second after the next seed. But the Sudden Death Seed, what this means is there are now 7 players that have 1 mark. That's it. Okay. There are 7 people right now that if we were to run another seed, there would be 7 people. So all these 7 people are through. It's Automat, Beef Salad, V-Strid, Papler, Anju, Wally Yoshi, and Balloons Killer. Those are 7 people that are qualified so far. But we need an 8th person. And it's like, well, how do we do that? Like, our solution was to make a Sudden Death Seed. So all the runners, the 5 runners that did not make it on last seed that got to 2 marks from the last seed now get to try again, and it is winner takes all on our last seed. We're going to have 5 people playing. We're going to have 1 spot available. It's just like a ranked match on steroids. It's not a 1v1,
Yep.
it's a 1v4, and you
Yep.
have to win. I don't know who the 5 people are. Let me see. If I just delete this. Oh no, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I didn't make a spreadsheet thing for the people that are in sudden death, but I think it's not too hard to figure out because it's only 5 people. I'll figure it out in a second. We'll get that room set up. Looks like Fulham's got the names in chat.
Sock Monkey.
That sounds
Bing
correct.
Pigs. Aline Ludlow, and No Hacks, just Roblox.
Yeah.
According to
And I mean, dude, all of these names, like we've seen Automat in the bracket, and we've seen Bing Pigs in the bracket fighting for our last spot, but there are 6 people, and most likely 7, that we have never seen play in a ranked playoffs. Do you think this was sort of a weirder sort of walls than the last 2? Do you think the skill level is just so close that it comes down more to luck? Like, what do you think it is? I mean, there's been a lot of notable names that we've missed, right, in this season compared to last one. Crow Pro has played in, I think, season 1 and 2 and missed out.
Right.
Quist missed out. Dewell missed out. Both players that we've seen do well in the season 2 playoffs. Obviously, Silver misses out. Molly G misses out. No Fear misses out. I mean, there's a lot of names that we are missing here that we are filling with new faces in season 3, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes a little bit down to luck, but I think it does ultimately come down to, in my eyes, just people getting better at ranked. I think more competition is just going to lead to more variation, which is going to make it so that the playoffs are going to be different each time, which is really cool. I will say, of course, there's still, the top 8 this season are not necessarily surprising. These are very familiar names, all of them. And so I guess that part of it's not surprising, which makes sense because that's like the very top. But as far as people coming through the qualifiers, the reason I love the qualifiers so much is because we get so many new names. We get so many new
100%.
names in the qualifiers. We get so many new names then, therefore, into the playoffs from the qualifiers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then that's their chance. I mean, they're going to have to fight through just a demonic, difficult bracket. I mean, looking at the top 8, if we want to throw it over to the bracket, we're not going to have it filled out for the players just yet. We'll have it filled out after the next game fully. But, I mean, getting placed into any seed, any of these top 8 players, I don't want to queue. Like, these are probably 8 of, like, the best 10, the best 15 ranked players that, like, if I queue up ranked and I rock up into one of these players in the lobby, I'm like, okay, I have to fully try, and I still probably am going to lose against these players. And having to face them in a bracket format after facing, like, toughing through the qualifiers, and it's just your first match, and then you win that first match, and you just might have to play another one. If the person next to them in the bracket also beats the qualifier, like, it's going to be a crazy bracket. The bracket's going to start next weekend, a week from today. On Sunday, we're going to do all 8 round of 16 matches. And then 2 weekends from now, we will finish out the entire bracket. Quarterfinals, semifinals, grand finals, third place match, all of it. But this is figuring out who gets to keep their playoff chances alive, who gets to play next week to try to win Season 3 ranked playoffs. So, yeah, I think the room is getting ready. Gotta probably waffle for another couple minutes. And then we'll be chilling.
Okay.
We're pretty good at that already, yeah.
We're always capable of waffling.
That is very, very true. Practiced for years.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like this tournament is going great in my eyes. Like I said, just that capability to get new names into the mix, I think is really cool. And for me, that's really what that to me that's like the purpose of the playoffs. Sorry, of the qualifiers is ultimately for me for that to get new names out there, to give more people the chance to compete. You know what I mean? So
100%.
um, I love seeing that, like, the sort of intention behind the qualifiers is working, because of course we could do, like, top 16, right? And it would there would be an argument to do that. Um, but I'm happy that we are getting new names from the qualifiers.
Yeah, I think it's good to cycle faces, right? Especially like if you get 9th or 10th, can show up in the qualifiers, ride that momentum. And it's produced some very interesting brackets in season 1 and season 2. And I mean, I'm very excited to see how this is going to fill out just after this next seed. Yeah, I think we could throw it over. We got like just a minute left. It's actually kind of sad because there's 5 people playing the seed, and we only have space for 4 people on the overlay. So we can't.
No.
There's one person we can't watch. We can't watch No Hacks, Just Roblox. I guess that's
no.
his
Disaster.
unlucky punishment for having the lowest elo out of the 5 players. Is that he will not
I
be
thought you were
on
gonna
the
say for
screen.
having the name that doesn't fit. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No, that's. We can look past that. That's a subjective reason. I thought of an objective one.
I mean, you could also argue that, like, this is Minecraft. We're not Roblox here, all right?
We're not playing Roblox. That's true. That's
So
also true.
so there's an argument there,
We'll see. Players remaining 5. Sudden death. Completions needed 1. It's intense. It's a 1v4. It's a ranked game that's a 1v4. Do you switch up your gameplay, or do you just try and play like you were and just hope you're the best? I don't know. Do you play risky? Are we going to see anyone try to leave on like 1 eye or 11 eyes, 10 eyes? I don't know.
I mean, I think that you have to play a little bit riskier, because you have to be the outlier. I don't think you necessarily leave on 5 eyes, but maybe 6. If you get 11 eyes from 6 rods, you get 1 break. There's an argument you should leave. I don't necessarily know if that's the best example, but the point is that you need to be faster than all 4 other people. You need to have the fastest run of all 4 other people, and it might be the correct thing to do to take a risk like that.
Bam. A lean first to the diamonds, but like tied with Sock Monkey. Look at the chat. Like they got the diamonds message twice, but not the iron one. Very interesting. Ping. That's how close these runners are. The mechanics are so similar that it's a literal ping issue as to whose advancement shows up first in chat. And we'll see. I mean, all 4 of the runners on our screen. No idea. Again, we can't show all 5 because this is quals. It's scuffed. But surely No Access Roblox also found the 5th. Also found the BT. And it looks like, oh my god, is this the ravine right here? It's a very fast overworld for these players.
Yeah, looks like it to me.
Definitely can get an enter down here. A little bit of an awkward 2x1 spot, but it's going to work out. Aline first to hot stuff, but doesn't have Flint yet because there was a little bit of a pressure plate dolphin mishap. So not sure if they're truly in the lead or not, but there's the portal light. And I mean, just looking at our screen, the other 3 runners haven't even really started their portal by the time Aline's in the nether. And you're on the bridge. Wow. Well, you're under the bridge. I was going to bring it up. I mean, now I'm talking about it. I like mentally stuttered. Just the bridge should be called treasure and treasure should be called bridge, but it is what it is.
Oh man, don't get me started on that. Yeah,
I know. We got to focus on the gameplay. We got to focus on the gameplay.
Yeah, true. Very true.
TNT Chalice as well. Going to get some nice blue tree leaf blocks here too. Maybe a shroom light as well. 3 shroom lights. Love to see that. Top 10 block sound when you place it for sure. A shroom light, and when you break it, oh my god. Look at this backside triple routing as well. Very
So yeah,
interesting.
Aline is looking great here.
Nice knowledge of the bridge bastion and the routing. Very well done. But we're seeing TNT Chows come out of all of these runners very close. Aline just maybe 15, 20 seconds ahead of everybody else. But not that much. There's some Obby in that chest. Should be good. Have a lot of gold blocks from bridge, so we should be fine on pearls and explosives as well. Not sure if these runners saw the fort either. It doesn't look like it. We're going to be pyrang here. Oh, very close, though. 8 chunks only. Got the direction. Probably 1 or 2 pearls. Maybe set up a pearl hang here. Get those chests. Getting back to your trades. And Sonic Monkey's dead!
Oh no.
And that's just got to be the tournament life. There's no way you win the seed with a death. Everyone else isn't going to die, right? That's probably it.
Yeah, I mean, probably, right? Very.
I mean, I'd like to think so. I mean, you're close to the bridge, so I think you get your stuff back kind of quickly. But I don't think you can afford that minute when you're trying to win against 4 other people. Like maybe if it's a 1v1 in ranked, you can really pick up the pace.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And we've removed Sock Monkey as an unlikely winner here, and now we're looking at Roblox. It's going to be interesting to see. Personally, I was very impressed with Aline's gameplay, but I'm not sure. It's possible that maybe Roblox was ahead all along. But no, it looks like Aline is into the fortress first, which does make sense because their bastion routing and getting to the bastion seemed to be the fastest. And so, yeah, a 4-10 fort is very impressive.
Yeah. Not even just the time, just the fact that the pace, like they're at the spawner, no one else is even in the fort. Ludlow's the only person traveling to the fort. I mean, this is, I feel like, Aline's game to lose at this point.
Yeah. Things just need to go well from here.
Quick into this fortress. People in chat saying it's a balcony spawner. That's hype. Didn't know that.
Nice.
Some rare generation. Some rare information. We will see.
Blinding here now. Yeah, I mean, just great stuff from Aline overall. Very impressive gameplay.
Yeah, and look at this. Ludlow here has to dig through the wall of the fort to get to more fort terrain. It's fully sort of enclosed in on itself. Could be hard for a lot of these other runners to find the spawner. Could be, Aline could be very far in the lead here. Looks like no one else has a spawner yet either. I mean, this just could be, apart from the fact that they were just ahead to the fort by like 30 seconds, this could be even more time save. Looks like Ludlow found a normal spawner, but again, I think that the lead is just so big. Six rods already. I don't know if anyone else. Looks like No Access Roblox has 3. Mm-hmm. Maybe Bing Pigs has a 4, but just so fast. They're even throwing 2 eyes, and I think it's not really going to matter if they have some clean gameplay everywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, just great pace overall from Aline. Just consistently staying ahead.
%. Look at that, 620, and you're heading to your second portal. That is crazy.
Now, here's the question.
And I broke
the question. Do you leave? Yeah. No, I don't think so. But
no, Aline doesn't leave because they know they're first.
Right.
You can't.
The question would be more interesting for the next people, though.
The problem is, I don't know. Did the second eye break or did the first eye break? I'm not sure.
Ooh, I don't.
Oh, insta rod so quick it might not matter. That rod was so fast. Next blaze, get you that rod. But Ludlow, oh my god, Ludlow throws 2 eyes. Also, I saw 2 eyes on the. Oh, Aline falls. Probably not going to matter. Has some food. Has some fires as well. Oh, don't block clutch on the. Okay, yeah, oh my god.
I was going to say.
Are the nerves setting in too? Like, you're ahead by so much.
This is like what it all comes down to as well. Like, a full season arguably comes down to this game to some extent.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people would be happy to, just make it into the playoffs.
Oh, for sure, especially qualifier players, right? Like getting
Right.
through the qualifiers is crazy. It's top 8 out of 77 people that showed up today. It's a less than almost less than 10% chance. Oh my God, why 57? They threw 2 eyes though. Surely they were just too high building that first portal.
Yeah,
But
looks like that's
it
very
maybe
likely.
opens the door. It could mean preemptive is a little weird with some mobs. Could be a
Ooh.
long dig down here. Maybe somebody else eye spies. Looks like Ludlow is heading to Cords. I mean, this could get close here.
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky there from Aline. Let's see if digging down if they find it or if they missed.
But I don't.
think they missed.
Yeah, I don't think they miss, especially because they threw 2 eyes, and I don't think Ludlow's going to be digging down here either, so they might run into the same issue. Oh, Y22 though, still digging.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
And I think they built it in a different spot. It might be over.
Oh no! Oh, they're forfeiting too.
And Ludlow's in the stronghold. I mean, I kind of get the forfeit. You have 100% on one offset. There's just no way that you go up, remeasure, and it's fast enough. Like, you kind of know it's over. Just a mismeasure, either a desync or a miscount on the pixels. And I mean, this is Ludlow's game. This preemptive looked easy. Fully in.
Yeah.
Is it zeroable, though? Not going to go for it. No food. And Big Pig's in the stronghold. Not going for the 0. Is it an easy 0? Let's see. Where's the dragon? I cannot tell. Back? No? I have no idea where the dragon is. Oh my God! Oh my God! Big Pig's left on the eye break, and it's a 0 eye. So he loses.
God.
So we have 3 runners now. Sock Monkey died. Big Pig's left on the break, and it didn't get it. And Sock Monkey died in the Bastion, or Aline missed. So Ludlow somehow wasn't the fastest runner to get into this situation, but just has not made a mistake. And oh my God, Roblox though is going for 0. The only other runner with no mistake, and that's a good pearl. Is this going to blow up the crystal? Is it going to break the bed? Are they 1 block too high? It's good. It looks good. Is there enough explosives? This damage isn't crazy. It's 1 more anchor. Do we need a crystal? We do. Low health.
Did they get?
It's not enough. Breath. Bowling.
Oh no!
Oh my God. Ludlow, no perch still. It's so close. It's actually so close. I can't even see the health because the bar in the way. He's on half a heart with no food. Ludlow's on 3.5, can't pearl. Oh my God, what is happening? Another breath, has to dodge. That's in the fountain too, I think. Can't even bet or anything. I mean, has no health, needs 2 perches.
Oh, it's like half health though now.
And Ludlow needs 1 perch, but it can't mess anything up either.
Oh my God, what if Ludlow messes something up? Dude.
He's back in the stronghold. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do it. I can't take it.
Does he go for 0?
I can't take it. I mean, you have to. Bro! Has to go so low, but the tower doesn't let him. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't take it. I can't take it. He can't go for 0.
Did Sock Monkey die again?
Sock Monkey must have died again. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Is that... No, but Roblox needs 2 perches or something. Ludlow's still not getting a perch. And if he ever hits Dragon's Breath, it's over too. Like, so risky here. Big Pigs can get a perch also. What is happening? Roblox with the perch, but it's not enough. He needs 2. I don't think he has enough. Half a heart needs to be so... Yeah, but it's not going to matter. I don't think it kills it. It doesn't kill it.
And that, okay, Ludlow wins, I think. I can.
It's on the wrong side. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No, he hits this. He hit this. Surely,
I can't take it.
Oh my God, he didn't hit the 5 bet. Okay.
Wait, don't die. It could bug. It could bug.
No, he got
He's, oh
it.
my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's got
I
it.
can't take
Okay.
it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I actually can't take it.
There we go.
What the fuck just happened?
What
What?
a crazy series of events. And Ludlow takes the dub.
What just happened?
Wow.
What just happened? Oh my god, man.
The craziest series of events. I can't even keep track of it all.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you guys liked the script.
Dude, no, you can't even script that. You wouldn't even be
True.
able to mentally think of everything that happened in that seed the way it did. Like,
True.
oh my god, man. Ludlow's our 8th player. Ludlow's
Wow.
8th.
Wow.
And
There we
Ludlow
are.
is let me see. Ludlow was 50th, 15th seed. I believe you. Okay, I think
There we go.
Boss is going to fill out the bracket and he will switch to it when he's ready. We will see where all of these runners slot in, which demonic top 8 demon boss, extreme demon individuals they have to fight. That's a Geometry Dash reference there. Did you get
I
that?
know. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that actually went in between all 4 people. I if you ask me like snapshots in time who's winning the seed at 4 different points in that endgame, I would say 4 different people. And that is insane.
Yeah.
Like Aline was first to build a portal, missed. Ludlow, first in the end, no 0 because no food. Roblox, first in the 0, no damage, dies. Bing
Yeah.
Pigs, no eyes, comes. Like, that's insane, the mental to come back. Like, I wasn't even watching his screen, and then I just see people in chat, like, he is back in the stronghold. Like, what the fuck? And he almost, oh my god, and he just missed the pearl. I think oh my god, I can't. That's insane. We'll get to the bracket when it's ready. We gotta
that is
figure out all
crazy.
the PNG stuff. But, oh my god, what a sudden death seed. Shouts to Wally Yoshi for playing AA on the last seed so we could have a 1 victor instead of 2. That would have been way lamer if 2 people could have made it through. That's actually insane.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say. I have no idea. I was like falling back in my chair. I'm like, I don't know, man. That was something else for sure. That qualifier seed. Something to it, like having all the people be so close. Like that was more hype than most of the 1v1s.
I know,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
Well, I will say one thing about the qualifiers. I think the qualifiers is very cool as far as its purpose, but I will say it is a little bit hard to track. Chat, if you were a little bit confused, I guarantee you next week will be a lot easier to follow.
100%.
I hope you guys did enjoy this the qualifiers. They were very fun for me, but they admittedly as a commentator and someone who has even back-end information, even then it's still sometimes a little bit harder to follow. But next week, when we get into the bracket, it's going to be so easy to follow. It's super, super easy. So
yeah, it's just
that'll
because it's
be good.
just a 1v1. You know who's playing. You know when they're playing. Like this was, again,
how
as
you
what Nerdy
lose
said
and how
too.
you win. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got the bracket. We don't have player skins, but we got the names.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
these matches, man. Automat taking our 9th seed, playing Danny. Ludlow sneaking in, gets the 15th seed, playing Oxy. If you guys are curious how the seeding works, it is due to their ELO placement on the leaderboard in the top 100. So Automat was the highest ELO player out of the 8 players that finished qualified through the quals or whatever. I don't know how to phrase that. Balloons Killer had the lowest ELO out of the 8 players that qualified in the quals and just so on and so forth. So this is what our bracket looks like. All of the round of 16 matches will be played 1 week from today. Same place. I think we're starting 1 hour earlier. We got to figure out all the scheduling stuff. Hopefully it just works. There'll be more info about that as the week continues, the order of the matches, all that jazz. But I think that's it for our qualifier stream. I don't think we have anything else to cover. I mean, I think it was just some crazy content, some insane upsets. I mean, Silver is not in this bracket, and he has the most decorated playoffs player by far, and he's not here. Loki could become the first 2-time winner. It's impossible for Silver to do that.
Yeah.
So Loki could take that throne. Someone else new could win again. The number 1 seed has won the last 2 playoffs, and we have Ral at the number 1 seed. So maybe some pressure there. Or it could be anybody in these qualifiers. We've seen some amazing Minecraft gameplay from everybody here. I mean, these qualifiers players, they had to beat Silver to get here. They had to beat No Fear to get here. They had to beat other players that have played in the playoffs before. We have some good Minecraft coming up for you guys next week. And I don't have anything else. I don't know if you have anything else, Nerdy, but
no, that's everything. I'm super excited for next weekend.
Yeah, I think we'll see you guys next week. Again, we'll have more info as the week continues about specific timings and stuff, but it should be 1 hour earlier than we started today. But the same day, week from today, 8 round of 16, best of 3 matches to figure out who's going to move on to next weekend.
Yes.
Will it be during football? I mean, we got to do stuff on weekends. It just most likely will be. Yeah, it is what it is. That is annoying that we're fighting the NFL demons, but what can you do? Yeah, I think we'll see you guys in a week from today. Hope you enjoyed the quals. I'm very glad we streamed it again. It was definitely something we missed out on in season 2. I'm glad we streamed it, even though it was scuffed. We fought through the scuff. We made it happen. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Use Twitch Prime, because I only do it for the money. So I'm gonna order Chipotle right now. So if I get 6 Twitch Primes after tax, that probably covers Chipotle. So any thoughts?
Yeah, guys. This guy. You guys hear this guy? He's such an asshole, you know.
Dude, I should crank the ads up on the ranked streams to like 20 minutes an hour.
There you go. Just
maybe that's the plan. Just make like 10 grand in a weekend.
Ooh, yes.
Everyone would just leave. No one would watch. So bad. Yeah, we will see you guys next weekend.